Our people, our people. Our people, our people. Pararara. Ta ló ti jí, ta ló ṣe ń sùn. Aago 5 àbọ̀. Wọ́n ti ń pè òun gan ní Nàìjíríà. Ẹ ṣe ń sùn. Ta ló ṣe ń sùn láago 5 àbọ̀. Ta ṣe ráwọn tó ń sùn láago 5 àbọ̀. Where is my... Tó wà lápò mi kí ni mo tún wá wá káàkiri fún. Mr. Samson, ṣe láfíà kó. Ṣe láfíà kó. Àwọn Hausa ní ṣe láfíà kó. Ní kíni? When you're second guessing yourself. Need advertising. Advertising kúrò jàre. I need advertising. Mo kí wa mọ́mí wa Stella Ṣódẹ́yìndé ẹ káàárọ̀ ṣe láfíà kó. Mo kí wa láǹkan sí pé àkókò wà ní bank holiday kò sí school lẹ́ni so ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe fàájì lọ. Mo kí gbogbo wa láǹkan sí pé a tún káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ìgbòho ṣá ni bàbá yín lọ́jọ́kọ́jọ́ ìgbàkigbà gbogbo ẹni tó bá ṣe di pé ẹ ní fi ti Ìgbòho ṣe ẹ ń waste time ara yín ni mo sọ wọ́n ní mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ní mo ń sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà no Ìgbòho no Yoruba nation ẹ ń tanra yín. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ tí ń wọlé a ṣì ń set up gbogbo platform ní jàre má bínú ìyàwó mi gan ni àwọn olólùfẹ́ a máa dúró díẹ̀ mo ní àwọn ní bínú náà ní jàre mo ní sójà no dey sleep wàláì mo ti sùn lọ lórí chair nílẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ níbí báyìí mo sùn mọ́ wọn gba tí mo jí gan sef mo kàn sùn lọ ni mo sùn bẹ́ni tí ó fi lọ bímọ wàláì mo sùn tó bá yẹ pọ́bìnrin ni mí ni ìyàwó mi lè sọ pé mo ti lóyún. Mo kí yín yàrá Dizzy ẹ̀gbọ́n mi David Adégòkè ṣẹ́yìn náà níṣẹ́ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ happy new month ni a ti wà ní oṣù May Wàsíù Ọládélé mo kí yín. Mo kí gbogbo ọlẹ́ nǹkan sí pé happy new month and good morning. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa pátápátá níbikíbi tó bá wà àtẹni tó ń bẹ nílé àtàwàtàwà lẹ́yìn òde bí ṣe máa ń sọ pé kò sí ìyàtọ̀ láàrin gbogbo wa we are all the same. Ìyá mi alálùbáríkà Samjo Hair Beauty ṣé ajé ń wọgbá ṣáwọn ọmọ ti wá ṣerun lọ́dọ̀ yín mo kí yẹn káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Tí bá fi wà lazy ni máa ń ṣe program ní máa ṣe setup BNT ó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ broadcast. But I just love using the phone sometimes, you know. I just love it. Wàhálà máa set up gbogbo software nígbà míì. And sometimes I just want you to see what it looks like behind the view there. Ìyá mi alálùbáríkà Táíwò, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Tony Ages, mo kí yín káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Mo kí gbogbo aláǹkan sí pé a kú oṣù tuntun oṣù alálùbáríkà náà ló máa jẹ́ fún wa no retreat no surrender ni àwọ̀ níbi tá à ń lọ Yorùbá nation náà ni bàbá ti sùn tàbá ti jí inú ẹ̀ náà là ń sùn tá à ń jí sí Yorùbá nation for life làwa níbo la tún fẹ́ lọ kí ni irú èmi tún fẹ́ lọ máa ṣe tá a bá ṣe Yorùbá nation kí la tún fẹ́ máa lọ ṣe Yorùbá nation náà ni mo kí gbogbo aláǹkan sí pé ṣé dáadáa ni mo tún bá ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa ṣé ẹ̀ tí miss wa púpọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ tí ń wọlé, mo kí yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ti sùn, àwa ti dìde, ẹ̀yin ti ìlú Amẹ́ríkà lọ́hùn, mo mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ wọ bẹ́ẹ̀dì ni, ilẹ̀ ṣẹ̀ mọ́ lọ́dọ̀ tiwa níbí ni.
Ó máa fi ṣára bà lórí.
Shout out to those of you on the Instagram and those of you that are also listening from different parts of the African continent. My name is Olami Koiki. This is Koiki Media, as we always say. Good morning and welcome to the program. A shout out to Professor Adebanja Akintoye. We cannot love you less. We love you so much, Father, and we will make sure that we continue to give you all the platforms that you need when it comes to the conversation. My name is Olami Koiki. Bear with me when I'm being lazy. I do the broadcast from the phones and the Instagram and everything. I say good morning. So let me kickstart, the MixLR in time, so that our people there will not be able to miss much. Once again, Yoruba nation is not a negotiable conversation, not even with Bola Tinubu, the incoming fraudulent president, the drug baron, some people say, you mean don't talk like that now. You know, he's a Yoruba man. What thing concern me with that? I say happy new month and a very, very good morning and welcome to the program. I say good morning. Location now is not working. Ayo Ore, happy new month to you. Wahab Morufa Mukidada. No Sunday Igboho, no Yoruba nation. You are wasting your time. Tabati fit Igboho ati Baba Akintoye ṣe. We are going nowhere. Mokin Mr. Ola Mokin ní Benin Republic. It is the Workers' Day. It is called the 1st of May, where a lot of people around the world do different things. But right here, this is what we do. Mokimomi wa Mary Akinola Ekabo sórí ètò Mokim Baba wa Ganiu Taufik. It is just almost 5:45 a.m. here in London, where I'm actually broadcasting from. Shout out to all our Biafra brothers and sisters, and we say good morning and welcome once again as we go into the conversation. Nnamdi Kanu is still being held by the fraudulent federal government. Nnamdi Kanu hasn't committed any offense. He's not a criminal. He's not a terrorist. And there's no reason holding him, because the longer you hold him, the more Nigeria is still going to be on a stable location. That is if they want to. But they can't. Shout out to you, Mr. Kola SATCOM, you say Happy Workers Day. That is for those that have jobs in the first place. When they say Happy Workers Day, that is for people who get job, which kind of Workers Day? The people who don't get job, they say Happy Workers Day. The person who don't get job. Even though Happy Workers Day, Anthony business, I think, I don't know which of the farm, they were destroying eggs, because I'm told is it 3,000 naira? From 800 naira to 3,000 naira. And then, some people were saying, why were they throwing it away? They should have given it out. I don't know. It's not my business. My business is everybody should understand that Nigeria is going through a lot of problems. Shout out to all our medias, the working media, not the media that is saying nonsense and distracting the social media space. Our call and distract the social media space. Obaseki ID, shout out to you. Shout out to those of you that are joining us as you're all settling in. My name is Olami Koiki. I'm sure that shouldn't be new to you anymore. Moki Walen can say from different part of Yoruba land. Moki Babawa Sabitu Ibrahim. Moki Mr. Deleye Taiwo, Egmomi Yemi Fatoke, Moki Bawa into Lagos Island, Moki Parapata, Yoruba nation, it is not negotiable. I'm not sure whether this one is charging. Advert. It's okay. That is where they make money for our sister.
Where your shipping address types itself. Where all your tabs go, everywhere you...
Imagine Google is much more well organized than Nigerian government. Is that no? Should not be to do with that. Google. You know that Google. Olatoye Abdurrashid, Moki, happy new month, and the rest of you that are joining us. Happy Workers Day. That's for those that get job. If you don't get job, I go come wish you Happy Workers Day. Now the person where Alan Conde, the person will get job now, we will go say Happy Workers Day now. The person will not get job, I will go say Happy Workers Day. Odusoya Bello, Michael, shout out to every one of you that have joined us so far. I'm trying to read a comment there. Good morning, Mr. Koiki. Our great media, Truth Yoruba Nation is our goal, not going back. Yeah, some people say that because Tinubu is there, I have to get up to watch this interesting show. God bless you. God bless you as well as you're joining us. Some people say, because Tinubu is there, are you guys going to be doing Yoruba Nation? Especially the Igbo people, the Biafra. Each time, Ayomi Kundamiju, shout out to you. I know it's almost about 12 midnight in America, depending on the time zone. But I know some of you will probably get tired and you probably want to go to bed. It's just coming up to 10 minutes before 6 a.m. The moment where they see all these, Igbo people, especially some Biafra, say, where is he? Where is Igbo? Where is Igbo? Where is Igbo? Ask them, kini problem with Igbo? You guys have not gone as well. Everybody's pushing, everybody's trying, and there's no reason trying to be asking us stupid questions. And I see a lot of their comments sometimes. Some of them are stupid and dumb and ask, daft. Can they ask us some stupid question? What we have done in 3 years, the federal government himself say, we've tried. So when you see them, especially these Biafra that are stupid, not the Simon Ekpa one, they will be asking, where's Sunday Igboho? What concern you where Sunday Igboho day? What concern you? What concern you where Sunday Igboho day? What be your own problem with that? Moki Bubwale and Considere. These are my very beautiful beads. I love them so much. Milora for me, very, very beautiful. They come with different energy there, Torí àwọn tó máa ń ranjú oríṣiríṣi àwọn lójú àrán energy tí tẹ bá ti ń takáwá energy yẹn tó máa ta yín padà lélẹ̀. Shout out to everyone anyway. Good morning. What are you discussing with us this morning? We're just gonna be flowing around. It's Workers' Day, Abi. It's Workers' Day now. And when it's Workers' Day, we have to ask how many Nigerians are working in the first place, So it's Workers' Day, they say. May 1st, every May 1st is Workers' Day. It's just about 11 minutes before 6 a.m. It is the first day of the month where we will continue with the Yoruba nation. So when I come out, I only have one thing I say, Yoruba nation, but it's also good to ask question, what are we discussing this morning? The topic is Workers' Day. Nothing more than that. It's Workers' Day. May's good, happy new month. Moki Lenkonsi. Moki Mr. Steve says happy new month. Most of you Mama SOJ. You know, most of you that goes and watch all these blogging and they get you confused. Most of what they do is different from what we are saying, because their own job is just to do voiceover on a picture, and they can tell you Igboho have just left Benin Republic into Nigeria, Igboho is that and that, or Koiki is doing that. You know. And this is the job of bloggers. Bloggers don't have any job. You know, their job is just to find stories and talk about it. So will video SOJ and all these nonsense blogging. I mean, imagine somebody sending me SOJ to go and watch SOJ, Mama SOJ. I've told you so many times. Stop confusing yourself. Alan Conde say, out of, I missed that. I love reading comments. Let me get my big screen on here because I'm missing a lot of your comments. And, you know, I want to be reading the comment out as well. So let's see. Ezekiel Olasonke, happy new month to you, comrade. Owolabi Adams, shout out to you in Ghana, everyone in Togo. Fatai Dabiri, Amosun Shegun, Oyeyemi Oladeji, Olukoso, Choluko. I hope I pronounce it right. Yoruba nation are going back. How many people get your way that they say Happy Workers' Day? Mr. Kendi, let me get I need to get out of my screen on. I still have some phones here now. They be like somebody we don't know what they do. Let's get this one on. The battery is very low. I'm more do artificial. You know, they're always fighting in the house with all these phones as if, you know, but anyone can carry more phone. But that is how technology has taken over. I'm looking for my remote. Remote every time we're looking for, okay, it's right in front of me. We're looking for remote control in this house almost every time. So, you know, the basic things of life, somebody will say be worker, you don't get them for house. I mean, Happy Workers' Day for who? They say Happy Workers' Day. Happy Workers' Day for who? It's just a complete mess. Nigeria is a complete mess. You know when you fat, that's how Nigeria is. Igba me gon self is so better than Nigeria law. Mr. Idris Abimbola Moshe, shout out saying a lot of our youths are not lazy. You know, I don't see you guys as lazy people. What I'm doing in UK, if Nigeria is giving you opportunity, you'll be doing far, far better than me. And you don't have to be doing anything criminality, you know, I mean, anything that has to do with crime. You know, run away from crime, run away from drugs. Dr. Kemi Lawyer always say to you guys, drug man bataye your journey, you know. And when it comes to drugs, you know, I'm Igbo man be drug, I'm Yoruba be drug. What if we see Saudi Arabia, what if we see Philippines? Sometimes they bring it into Nigeria, sometimes they're taking it out of Nigeria. There was a lot of drug that was found in Ikorodu. We don't know who owns them. Drug is all over Nigeria now. A lot of you are drinking all these syrup lemamu. Be careful and run away from all those things. It's going to kill your kidney. And the moment your kidney gets damaged, that is the end of it. Shout out to those of the ghost listeners. I know you're there. If I waste time around, be wasting your time and just sit down there, and then, you know, before you need to comment, but now you don't want to comment because then we'll put about comment. You know, we talk with fact and figures here and statistics. We don't talk, you know, fabweir. You know, 24 years in UK, you want me to be coming, sit down, be telling people lies, mad people all over the place. You know, fact, I think so on the paper. You know, you want me to come and sit down and say, it's now dark when it's already light. Some people like lies. If this platform is not for you, you can go and be watch, you know, porn movie on the social media. There's a lot of people that open their breast and their nyash and everything. So Every platform has what they are discussing. Good morning, Mr. Deb Dayo. Alan Conde say, Happy Workers' Day is not for people in Nigeria. 2% of the working, 2% that working are still begging for money to eat. You're right. You know, Mr. Said Mele Ekarosa, Mr. Tajuddin Olanre Waju Ibrahim Ekarosa, Sabitu. A lot of people are doing skits. Shall make a auto skit, because every one of them is buying and building house. I don't understand. Looks like there's a lot of money. I need to start doing skit. You know, Chanel Tonze, shout out to you. I mean, it's a profession, as long as people are making money from it. But every one of them is just building a house. She need to skit, you're not letting road of him build the later on Kwabi or to because I don't trust Nigerians. I'm sorry. There's a lot of blood money in Nigeria. So somebody might be doing something and they will present us. I mean, they might be doing something, but they'll present something to you. Every one of them is building house. I don't get it. Maybe they are making a lot of money. Maybe YouTube is paying a lot of money and that can be enough for them to build houses. I don't know. You know, and sometimes some might be proxy. You don't know what your politicians are doing. It's a distraction. Okay. Because the book won't call anything. I mean, it's congratulations to them, but I just hope it's the skit. Big cars. I mean, I know Nigeria is a big country. It has the numbers, you know, and normally it's meant to work for everybody due to the numbers. But as indigenous people, it cannot work. That's the problem. It might be that I have to open my curtain. I just want the energy to come in. You know, it might be a bit of distraction, especially you might not get my face properly. I should be facing the light, but I'm back in the light, kind of. Yara Biba Ekaro, shout out once again to all our people around the world. Mokiyo Momiwa Yeye Oluwayesi Abo Olowu Ekaroma. Ferrari T. Jenny Ferrari ni. Mommy Eunice Mokiyo Ekaro. Happy New Month to you all as well. Ezekiel says, Happy New Month, our camera, we shall reach our Canaan land in Jesus' name. Kosentole ni Yoruba nation ni waye. It's just that, you know, to put a time frame on it is kind of a little bit difficult. It's kind of a little bit difficult. Especially we're dealing with so many problems. I'm not talking about the problem within the Yoruba people, the problem within our politicians. And Oloshelua. Mokiyawa Diat Arrow. So I'm looking different cameras because I'm not using my software. So I have phones there, laptop there, and I have another one here. So different angles. Mr. Rahim Abbas Ekaro. I don't know why the YouTube is not clear. Abojumi Lori Beni. Like my YouTube is not very clear. I don't know. A laptop to me streaming okay now. It's a gaming laptop. Mr. Lukman Bamiduro Moki Bogwenyo Dowanile. Don't blame yourself. Blame the bastard Olori Buruku Yoruba politician. I want to go in the problem te one way. And I'm not joking. I was showing my children my school result from Abeokuta Grammar School. I did 8 subjects. I think they are doing about 10 to 15 or thereabout. Because I was asking my children yesterday. And we were going through the results together. It's not until you have a proper education. It's all about the proper training that can allow you to become a worker. As basic as apprentice job, which a lot of you have done. Apprentice lede oyinbo. But the difference is to ba koshe yen tan, o lo koshe on ton she glass. right? Don't get glass. Normally, kí wọ́n náà set up, kí wọ́n náà tó wá employ ẹlòmíì, kí wọ́n náà máa train wọn. Bó ṣe láti rí nìyẹn, so á dàbí rollover. But unfortunately, it's not happening. Am I without playing our anthem? Please come on, sort of baby. So let's say, let's play our anthem and then we go into the program. See how far we can go. So don't blame yourself too much for not getting a job. It's Nigeria. Shewa. Orílẹ̀-èdè. Kàgbéga. Ìgbàgbọ́. Ìgbà ìbẹ̀rù. Àṣìṣe. Kàmáṣiṣẹ́. Ẹja ṣiṣẹ́ o. Ìṣọ̀kan. Ìkẹjẹ. Tẹ̀síwájú. Ọ̀pọ̀ ire. Àtọ̀hún. Ọmọ Oòduà o. Bọ́ sí ipò. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀, àmọ́ báwo la ṣe fẹ́ rí ògo yẹn lò? Ìbéèrè tí mò ń bi wá láàárọ̀ yìí nìyẹn. Since tí wọ́n ní àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀, ẹ má bínú pé I keep standing up like a yo-yo because, like I said, if I'm using the mobile phone for my streaming, that means I'm not in Nigeria. I have to make sure everything is still in charging. You guys are paying 100 naira a lot if you charge phone in Nigeria. Crazy. What a country. Unbelievable. Let me say this to everyone that doesn't have a job. Don't blame yourself too much. It is not your fault. It is not your fault that you don't have a job. You're not having a job is the responsibility of the government. 8F9 team say it is an arrangement between the Western and the Nigerian government to silence the youth. And they need Nigerian youth. Comfort at Dejoro, Some say we are being distracted. I said, no. How? There's no distraction in the movement. Which one is this one? Comment. Okay. This is Koiki Media Odudua. So let me get Koiki. Once again, a shout out to everyone out there. Yeah, I can see the comment coming through now. Yeah. Good morning once again, my brother Lexi. Egbomia Kim Adio. I'm also Adio. Like I said, I was going through my school results at Abekta Grammar School. I did eight subjects in 1995. I tried. I wasn't a brilliant student, but at least I did not fail woefully. Money, F9. I had E8, B3, C6, basic. But it is when I got to this country, I realized that is as tissue paper. The West African examination exam is as tissue paper. Is worthless. But the only advantage, we were able to at least have the background way I lost school. But the content, that result sheet is as tissue paper. It has no value. Oh, well, okay. Can't go back upstairs again. I'm tired. But I might not be able to show you, but at least you will see the results. I mean, I can show you from the back. That in 1998, I wanted to enroll to London Metropolitan University in Holloway to do a foundation program. And they asked me if I have a school cert. Oh no, if I have an O-level. I say, yeah, I have O-level. I say, WAEC. They know WAEC. They say, no. They have to have Mokiba Bawadeni Jimo. Happy Workers' Day for those that have a job. I don't have a job as well. What's the name of Nisha? Kí ló dé tí kíní tó ń lọ sí Agitation lẹ́mẹ̀wá? Wọ́n ní mo níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́. 1998 tí mo dé UK. It's going to be about 25 years I arrived in this country. Don't blame me for your own problem. We have our own problem. That's why we ran away from Nigeria. So that Kamaba Toroje, Lawano Shisakuro in Nigeria. And that's about 24 years ago. My mom left in 91. Calculate that if you know maths. So if you're seeing me today and then you are probably getting angry for whatever reason, I'm not the problem of Nigeria. It's not the problem of Nigeria. Look, if I'm not doing Yoruba Nation, I know a lot of what I can be doing, just as people are doing skit. They're making money on skit. I don't know. I mean, Sabuni is making it. I mean, a Butuni, no. I mean, you have to be talented to do all those things. But there's a lot of things I can do to make money legally, which is what we are expecting Nigerians to be doing as well. But today, according to, some of our statistics that we've written down, if I go back to my record, because I write things down all the time. So if I go back to, I've been putting forward saying, it's disgusting, is it? I'm going back to, 12th of April. Literally about 4.2 million Yoruba people don't have a job. Ẹ consume, NG, Ensun, NG, Eden wojú Olúwa. How? Báwo lẹ ṣe lè máa wojú Olúwa pé máa ríṣẹ́ in a country where there is no investors? I didn't watch it, but I saw it on Twitter on channels. But only budget IT. She budget T or something. Let me see if I can get his name so that I'm not talking without a fact. Sorry, Losi or channels. I'm sure those that are following channels must have seen that on their Twitter. I have too many things open on my browser. I was doing a lot of things on my laptop. I like potato timoja, chicken to roast in Milano, belu gravy, with a sprinkle, a little bit of chili, and a little bit of water. Palo mi ba ni mo sun tile fi mo. But the 3 o'clock ni mo laju. Then I made a call to US. One of my egbon kan tó pè mí lánàá, ó pè títí because sometimes my phone gets freezed. So I have to, in the morning, sometimes they get picked up. So we spoke for almost 20 minutes. He was very happy I returned his call. Emma Bino in the back waiting by return calls in on time. And the send voice to me, by reply, Emma Bino. But what we were so channels Lano. I want to bring that up because we're talking about, somebody asked, what's the topic today? This Instagram network is so bad. Really, it could be from your end because there's nothing wrong. It's very stable on my side here. Mr. Kola Satcom. Oh, stable other thing, maybe Vialato.in. Are you in Nigeria or outside the country? Because sometimes the network is a big problem. I'm just giving you some of the channels headline on their Twitter. Transmission company to reconnect 3 discos on May 1st. Fabu. That doesn't give you 24 hours electricity. Probably give you about a few hours. If you're going to be a worker in Nigeria, whether government, private, business, you need 24 hours electricity. If I don't have electricity in my house, to buy a shuttle electricity, I can't do what I'm doing. Go possible. It'll be very, very difficult. Liberty technology that Roy. So we feel more story about why Ogun State. I'm just saying that there's another flood. Why are we getting flood in Ogun State? Ogun flood alert. State government asked resident on the flood plains to relocate. Relocate to where? Now I'm running to Instagram. One is Olami Koiki and one is Koiki Media. Ori Koiki Media and what is Sapeko Stable. Moki Mr. Shikiru Ali Ekabo. Ogun State. That means we have a lot of water in Ogun State. Let's hear what they are saying. Anyway, that's not necessary. Anyway, I'll waste my time. No plan to phase out redesign Naira note, CBN. Ní Khartoum, ní Sudan, what is soon central bank one? The war is not ending anytime soon. I'm belong pé Koguma wo Nigeria. Ogun ṣe that, but if things are not being taken care of, Oguma wo Nigeria kò sọ́gbọ́n ẹ̀. Whether mo wà nílé, èmi ò sí nílé, àwọn kan ní mo kàn sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ torí mo sí nílé. I have at least 80% of my family, both extended, marry, family nìyẹn. So whether I'm in Nigeria or not, it does not make any difference. I have family in Nigeria. Tógun bá ṣẹlẹ̀, any maku, any yeni. Bad drainage everywhere, mad people everywhere. It's not just bad drainage, Mr. Brother 8FN, and he's talking about the flood in Ogun State. That is a job for some people. Planning. A plan. A drainage, you're right, proper drainage. I used to go to Alimosho. Teba Los Alimosho. Teba lo wa drainage to síbẹ̀. Wọ́n nígbà tó ṣe first stack, whatever, ni wọ́n ṣe àwọn drainage yẹn, even though they are all blocked now. Proper drainage ló ṣe ní Alimosho, àwọn tó ń gbé níbẹ̀, because I have families that are living there. So these are jobs for engineering. I mean, how can you go to university, polytechnic, and you come out and you are now doing Okada, and then we have flood in Ogun State? Ṣé kò ṣe madness nìyẹn? Ẹ wá náà níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Ṣé engineer student láti máa gun Okada kiri bí ẹṣin oníwò lè mọ̀? Tó bá tẹ̀ pé ó ń gun Okada lọ sí site, ó pàkẹ́, ó ń wo ohun tó ń ṣe níbẹ̀, ó tún fi Okada ó fi padà lọ́lé, is a different. Ó wá ń fi Okada, ó fi ń make owó, probably wọ́n sáré àwọn criminal tọ́ọ̀gì tó gbé sójú títì, àsanwó níbi 50 naira, àsan 100 naira níbẹ̀ yẹn, àsan 200 naira. By the time tó bá san gbogbo owó yẹn, in a day gan, òun gan fúnra rẹ̀ bí a tájẹ́rẹ́ ló máa mú padà lọ́lé. A wá jókòó sórí Okada, ìyẹn wá máa gbóná mọ́ nídìí nínú ooru. Mo kí mọ́mì wa, mo dúpẹ́ Bello. Ẹ má blame ara yín pé ẹ̀ níṣẹ́, ẹ̀yin youth àtẹwà nílé, àtẹ̀yin bàbá wa, àtẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ wa, àti ìyá wa, àtọmọdé àtàgbàlagbà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká blame Nàìjíríà. Nàìjíríà ni ò tọ́jú wa, ni ìyà fi ń jẹ wá. Kò bí Nàìjíríà bá tọ́jú wa ni kò jẹ́ kí ìyà máa jẹ wá. Bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ni mo ṣe ń wá lórí Twitter, Instagram, Twitter and bọ̀bọ́ yẹn lélẹ̀. So tí bá play ní bíbá, bọ̀bọ́ yẹn jẹ́ Olúṣeun Onígbìdé. I'm sure a lot of you know him. If you are following, he has a platform called he's a director of the Budge IT, Olúṣeun Onígbìdé. He says, he was interviewed yesterday. I didn't listen to the interview, but we might play it now. Mr. Adewale Adeyemi Mokin, Entibaki Emafishibino, and for anybody, sometimes, your name goes very fast. Mr. Kola Adebayo Mokin, Babatunde Mokin, Truth TV News Mokin, Akim Oladege Mokin, and those of you watching me from different parts. One interview lano, Egbon Koto Soni Bibai, lè ríṣẹ́, forget it. Mr. Deyinka sọ pé if the town planner plans better, the government ready to invest on it. Àwọn ilé tó lọ́wọ́ ní Àjàó lánàá, ta ló fún wọn ní permission kọ́kọ́ in the first place? And the crime ti pọ̀jù nínú Nigeria. I'm sure a lot of you saw the video yesterday that they were destroying àwọn kan ní ẹ because wọ́n dìbò fún Sanwó-Olú. It doesn't matter whether wọ́n dìbò fún Sanwó-Olú or not. We have government that can do anything to safeguard lives of people. Bí a bí tó kọ sí yẹn, ibi tó yẹ kó mi gbà kọjá náà ni. But ta ló fún wọn ní authorization? I mean, you can't just start building. So let me ask this question. Èmi ò tí kọ́lé sí Nigeria. I've never built a house in Nigeria. I don't have any property in Nigeria. And it's a fact. And that's why all these, you know, you're wasting your time. If I would rather buy a house there than kí n lọ kọ́lé sí Nigeria Nigeria jẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú. Àbánsọ gbòòlù Nigeria. Ẹ̀yin mọ̀ táwa ti invest in Nigeria tá a rí returns. Ìlú òṣì, ìlú burúkú. Ìlú tí mo sì mi sá kúrò ní 1991, tí mi sá kúrò ní 1998. Ẹ wá ní kí n wá kọ́lé síbẹ̀. Àwọn tó kọ́lé sí Nigeria wọ́n ti gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ nísìn. Èèyàn tó kọ́lé sí Nigeria ti ráyè lọ gbé níbẹ̀. Mad people all over the place. And some can get it, so I'm going to call it Nigeria call Nigeria. Again, charge phone, you can very low, no charge. Nigeria will get bill loan. And so low and answer Nigeria call Lojorioni. Because of the Modular by answer Nigeria. America go on the Montreal or at America. Matter prefer can or listen Kenya go can translate Nigeria call Nigeria. Nigeria will get bill. About some go down as Nigeria. Nigeria call. Lojorioni. Mumbo jare then charge the phone. The problem today, man, our cable you are very sensitive. It's a kin low. Only monlo ni biba. So I'm using the wrong cable. So let me do. Decided my charge by now. Ele she full there. Charge by. So that can lay. If we play, but boy, I want to be on tablet and headline. Last one, you know, excuse me. You know, you can just see the headline, and you can automatically know what they are discussing. Reason T, Bugo, Shenisha, Mukina, like Bomi, Simon, Adebisi, Mukiwa, Tadawa, in the UK, Mr. Gunto Ibosa. Good morning, Mr. Koiki. You are a great man to me. God bless you. God bless you as well. If I'm not doing it, somebody else will do it. I appreciate the accolade and all that, but Emiko Nimuje the best out of every one of us. Ben, I'm better off to buy a house in Benin Republic than Nigeria. Sure. Ocean do me invest in Benin Republic. I would have loved to invest in Benin Republic if I had the better opportunity for somebody to have advised us then. Nígbà tá à ń waste owó lọ sí Nigeria, send the motor lọ. Mo ti send the motor wá sílé. Àbúrò mi ní ẹ kó electronics síbẹ̀, ẹ kó aṣọ síbẹ̀, ẹ kó kíní kan síbẹ̀. Fàbú náà ni gbogbo ẹ̀. Mom see me take that shop sí International Trade Center. Kí ló ń tà nígbà wọ́n máa lọ sí Bombay. Wọ́n lọ ra àwọn imitation jewelry, àwọn ìyàwó àmàmọ́ tí mò ń sọ. My mom relocated back to Nigeria at some point. Wọ́n lọ tajà níbẹ̀ ní trade fair. Though again, you will get the intimidation pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ Igbo yẹn. So gbogbo tẹ́yìn máa sọ ọmọ Igbo yẹn, we know all that, but we cannot do anything, especially if we're still in Nigeria. Because one tó fi ń ṣe business, whether we drug in bí owó kìíní kan, it does not matter. Container làwọn ọmọ Igbo fi ń gbẹ́rù wá. That's why they can beat you with price. Tó bá wà careful. Wá bá business lọ́wọ́ ìtẹ́ jẹ́. There's no price regulation in Nigeria. Ìlú òṣìwò. Ẹ̀yin wọn sọ fún mi pé Nigeria máa work. Orí yóò pè é tẹ́ bá ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. I just pity a lot of people that don't understand what I'm saying. Nigeria lè ṣe ń pọ́nlé. It will work. At some point, my mom relocated back, because one náà rẹ̀ kan tó ń tajà ní trade fair. So mom sí mi náà lọ, gba shop síbẹ̀. You will be intimidated, especially àwọn ọmọ Igbo yẹn. Owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn ẹ̀ ní. Owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ Igbo tó fi ṣe business, àwa Yorùbá ní. Àwọn Yorùbá tó bá dẹ̀ ní, wọn ṣàánú ara wọn. So they will frustrate you out of the business. It's because there's no price control in that madness country. Could I say government? But you can't do anything with such a thing right now because Sanwo-Olu is also getting support from the Igbo community. ìyẹn lọ sí fẹ́ ká pín nínú Nàìjíríà because tá bá pín nìkan ṣe máa dọ́gba nǹkan ò lè dọ́gba nínú Nàìjíríà tá à ń gbé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn. You're wasting your time. Ẹ jẹ́ n ká comment mọ́mí wa tó wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ní Koiki, do you know that you can still build house in Ìjẹ̀bú Òde? Dáadáa. Bọ̀ kò ń ṣe nísìn mọ́mí o. I'm sorry gan. Kódà ilẹ̀ gan mọ̀ lè rà sílẹ̀ nísìn. Ilẹ̀ tó máa rà tó lè pa lórí ẹ̀. Ilẹ̀ problem tó wà Nàìjíríà is beyond human brain, because it is the faction of the Nigerian tabatili divide. Yes, tiba mara le nisin si Ìjẹ̀bú Òde tó jẹ́ ibi tí bàbá tèmi oyè yìí tiba mara le àwọn kan ní Ìbò ní mo ní kò mátà into bá wọn ní kẹ́ pè mí. Mo fẹ́ make sure pé ilẹ̀ tá ra yẹn one plot ni ó wà documented up to the local government tó wà digitalized. Mara le tá ma ṣé ti bàbá ra le àwọn ọmọ Oòduà máa wá síbẹ̀ máa gbé níbẹ̀ ni. We're talking about a system that is not working. I want sort of Workers' Day, lady. Any Workers' Day, Abby? Okay. I just play video. I think I'm better to use this phone because Twitter me work quicker really. I just call it tweeting to so. I live from access He was talking yesterday, but headline talk kosibe ni mo ko read mo fi sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ láàárọ̀ nínú ẹ̀. Director of the Budget IT, Oluseun Onigbide, says only the country in Nigeria has to position Ogbodo fire sí ayé ipò kan itself ìyẹn fún rẹ̀ as an investor hub. Pé kí ó lè jẹ́ investor hub to achieve macroeconomy. Kí ló mọ̀ tán pè ní macroeconomy? Màá ṣàlàyé fún ẹ láàárọ̀ yìí. Ó ń sáré kiri up and down láti Ogun State. Òun làágùn, òun Ọlọ́run pọnpọ́n, òun ru yẹ̀pẹ̀, òun fẹ́ tabloid ni. Anything tó bá fẹ́ ṣe macroeconomy gangan ló máa build the system. Ṣé eléyìí tó ń sọ yìí ó máa bọ́ sí? Ṣé dáhùn ilé kan máa sọ̀rọ̀ ni? These are the people that will be relevant in the society. Àgbà sórí channels, àsọ̀rọ̀. I don't know whether they have a package for them because all these things, the ones on kò ṣe free. Ó ti dá agreement tó ń ṣe for the year. Ó ti lè tó gbà lọ́wọ́ channels for the whole year. Kò ṣe free. There will be some kind of kò sí nǹkan tó free. Atẹ́gùn gan free mọ́ lọ́wọ́ yìí. So ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ. Àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ Workers' Day. Ẹ wá náà ríṣẹ́. Iṣẹ́ ibùdó ti fẹ́ ríṣẹ́ náà. Yeah, I mean, òtún láwọn ilé ìkẹ́. Kò wọ ṣòkòtò. Nílé betting shop. Ṣó jẹ́ owó ẹ̀ ni. Stop. Sport bet and factual will turn you into a madman. If you don't think today, mo lè show video yìí. Ó wà lórí bàbá kan tó ń pè ní 99% oppressor 9 hours ago. Don't think about your lose. If not, you can't quit. Think about your life. Think about your future. Stop building castle on hair with a false hope, which is what Nigeria is. Arákùnrin yẹn ó ti bọ́ṣọ sí wòwò bí àwọn jẹ́ owó ẹ̀ ní sport betting. Ó wà lórí ẹlẹ́wọ̀ olúmọ̀lẹ̀ èmi ò lè show yín. Ó wà lórí there's a guy called 99% symbol yẹn. Ó wá jẹ́ oppressor. I follow him. He has a lot of content he put there. Arákùnrin àgbàlagbà ó ti bọ́ṣọ sí wòwò bí ó ti jẹ́ owó ẹ̀ ní sport bet. And this is exactly what we are still saying. Nigeria is an illusion. Could it work? It's too late. So let me now go and play the video that I play here and talk about Workers' Day. Making Mr. Richard Joe. Nobody is born without a talent. Even Taba Moki Mommy Abosede and beautiful aunties me. And Tabada Jepe, me not doing la dear and monkey lada Moki Bueno. Ejagbonto so.
This government has not been the luckiest with the recession, the oil prices and all of that. But the government has found a way to say, well, it's still trying to do well in spite of all of the circumstances. So speak to us about the team, because this incoming government is also trying to put together a team. And for this outgoing government, it's had a team from the cabinet. In fact, there's also been the National Economic Council, which gave the advice on subsidy removal.
Speaker me mo send us àwọn wa nílé ní Nigeria tó ń bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ so mo tira speaker mi. But ṣé ẹ ń gbọ́ ṣó ń jáde dáadáa ṣọ́díò yẹn jáde mú kí mọ́mí wa Esther Waris Jinado àwọn microeconomics wa nìyẹn wọn tẹ̀ ń fi gbọ́n kankan nípa Nàìjíríà tá bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí bíi numbers figures òun ní tá a bá ti ná náírà mọ́ ó máa tètè yá. Thank you so much for joining us. But ṣé ń gbọ́n kan tó ń sọ ìyẹn mo kọ́kọ́ fi confirm because there's no point just playing and then you are not hearing it. Tẹ́ bá ti gbọ́ kakọ̀ máa play ṣé audio yẹn jáde dáadáa lẹ́ǹkan. I'm just reading the comments. I beg what is Sunni. Okay, nobody is saying anything. But I wait to see if anybody is hearing. I mean, I'm talking about Interim play Lolenko anyway. United Arab Emirates. Okay, Mr. Abioduni Awangbo. That's all. Okay, that's fine. So let's play it on.
And all of that. So it had a team at different levels, and you said that this government failed woefully. So is it a problem of the team that this government had? Is it the political will, as they always say, which by the way is quite vague? A lot of people don't know what it means, but they always say lack of political will, or was it external factors? What if you could pinpoint it? What was the major challenge?
First, I think the erosion of the CBN independence was a big problem. When you want to take money, the laws that said CBN could give a certain percent of its previous year revenue as ways and means, those laws were there for purposes. And it was to make sure that the federal government was able to sweat enough before it fires the CBN of result. The feeling they didn't look as if the federal government needed to sweat. It just made the CBN is piggy bank. And because of that, even if you want to take loans from IMF, that's last lender of resort. IMF comes with conditionalities to say, do this to them. The independence of the CBN, where they could have said, the federal government, we know that COVID is in space. We know that there have been significant drop in oil price, but we need certain reforms before we continue to back you. And these are the kind of things that you expect that will make the federal government to look inwards and say, okay, I want to take on this reform, I want to take on those things. But if it means like, can you jump? And the question is, how far can I jump? Then you're not going. So the first thing that the current next government has to do is, and in terms of the team construction, is how do you preserve the independence of the CBN? Because the CBN exists for two purposes, should actually. Full employment and monetary price stability. Now, if the CBN continues to put money in the economy in an haphazard manner, you cannot guarantee price stability in that environment. And that's why you see us, and we've not even removed subsidy, we're already jumping around 20 to 22% inflation rate. So by the time you take out subsidy, sentiment's getting can even be higher than that. So I feel first thing you have to do is look at the CBN structure, because we have a situation where we left the fiscal tools that could be more effective, and we all just jumped into CBN solving almost every problem. And I think that's what I feel really didn't make the economy be effective. No, look at how much you've put in the economy, look how much debt you put in the economy. Then if you're putting money, Keynesians, they will tell you if you're putting money into the economy, it's for you to be able to generate growth and to be able to take the economy to full employment. So if you're putting a lot of money in an economy and unemployment numbers are still rising, and the poverty index and the poverty numbers are still rising, so it tells you that something is not right. The macroeconomy, which is price stability, which is exchange rate stability, which is also even being able to, the credit flow within the economy, setting that standard to be proper first is what everybody now jumps on. But if you think you keep putting money into the economy in an opposite manner, in not a structured manner, you cannot generate the kind of impact you want.
Did you hear that? This is what we have been doing for 8 years of this Olori Buruku APC government. Wasted 8 years. Nothing to write home about. Olori Buruku ni government tí ó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí pẹ̀lú tó ti fẹ́ dé tó jẹ́ Olori Buruku pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. And we are here telling you every day that this is not a system. System kọ́ lélẹ́yìí, ilé òun ṣe system mọ́. It's a failed system. But rather, Nigerians are saying it will work. And but the church is offering in Nigeria might work. Ẹ jẹ́ sọ fún pastor yẹn pé ṣé ó mọ tó ń sọ. Ẹ jẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ àfáà yẹn pé ṣé ǹjẹ́ gbádùn ṣá. Ẹ jẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ babaláwo yẹn pé ǹjẹ́ fátẹ̀ǹtẹ̀ ìjẹ́ lọ́wọ́ nǹkan mi tẹ́ máa ṣe. We have been told lies. Ràtìràtì tó ń ṣe Sanwó-Olú náà ń kó electric buses wá sí Lagos State. Kò sí títí ó ń kó electric buses wá sí Lagos State. Àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ń jubilate. Mad people all over the place. Mo kí mọ́mì wa Mary Olóyèdé mo kí dáadáa. Mr. Olúmúyìwá sọ pé it can work cause nothing, it can't work or nothing work. Lọ́dà pé ọ̀nà ìfẹ́ sọ. I don't know. Yeah. Call it bright. Mo kí ẹ̀ńtà wà ní Libya. The whole process of Nigeria, process yẹn fúnra rẹ̀, the whole process of Nigeria, olóṣèlú kó bá wa títí dé ọ̀la yìí. 4.2 million on the 12th of April last year program here. Because about 40.6% of you don't have a job. Or non celebrate Workers' Day. Into account they call protest, call bank on je. Tibati so one ki shut up. Mukembe, Koiki Media T. Kabo Soreto. Àwọn lọ kàwé and kàwé. Ìwé òṣìwò là ń kà. Mo nígbà tí mo dé ìlú Ìṣẹ́wọ́ sọ fún mi pé kí n gbé wáyé kò ṣìwò. Gbé wáyé kì í jẹ́ gbé wáyé kì í jágbẹ́jágbá o. Mo wá sọ fún wọn pé mo attempt ṣe O-level Cambridge but mo fail ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní mo ṣe O-level mo ní ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní pé mo tẹ attempt ẹ̀ lásán. Wọ́n ní kí n lọ wá result yẹn jáde. Bó ṣe fún mi ní nọ́mbà àwọn yẹn nìyẹn. Bí ṣe sanwó báwọn yẹn ṣe send the transcript result mi sí mi nìyẹn. Èyí tí mo fail ni mo sọ. Èyí tí mo pass gan tí mo rọra pass lábẹ́òkúta gan. Á ní kí n gbé yẹn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Ìyẹn jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí exam. Exam tí ẹ pé ká tó ṣe exam expo ti jáde. I'm sure it's still happening. 1995 kò sí gbogbo subject ká ṣe tí wọ́n release ẹ̀ ní oníkólóbó olórí burúkú gba àwọn educational sector yẹn. I'm sure some of you knows what I'm talking about. Kò sí exam tá ṣe nígbà tí mi wà ní 1995 tí expo tí èmi máa jẹ́ gèǹje èmi ìjọ original ìyẹn làwọn kan ṣe máa ń dé last exam àti máa lọ ẹlòmíì 1 hour ló ṣe máa dé tí exam ti fẹ́ tán because ó ti rí original àwọn nǹkan kan ló ń tà síta. That was 1995. Nígbà tí mo gbé lè ṣẹ́gbẹ́ jáde. I'll just foundation course mo fi ṣe níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn 1998 mo dé lóyè. Mo sọ wọn pé mo ní school start. Wọ́n ní láti bo mo ní school start ìbò mẹ́. Mo ní WAEC. Òyìnbó yẹn wò mí báyìí. Ó ní àwọn ọmọ láti ṣe test fẹ́mi ni. Bí ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ títí dé mi. Ṣẹ́rẹ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́ wà nílé ẹ̀ mọ bí irú èmi tára ṣe máa tára tó bá fẹ́ gba British passport nílùú yìí wọ́n ní kó lọ ṣe English test. Ó gbọ́ mi dáadáa. Tó bá fẹ́ gba British passport tó bá tó àsìkò tó fẹ́ gba kò ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ní British passport o. Gbogbo àwọn àǹtí ẹ̀ tó wà labroad ní UK wọ́n ní British passport wọ́n lè ní right to stay but wọ́n ní oríṣiríṣi state ẹ̀ ló wà. Èmi wà fún ẹ kò lè gba kọ́bọ̀ lórí ẹ̀. Èmi wà fún ẹ an entitlement. Èmi ò máa renew ẹ̀ every 2.5 years. Oríṣiríṣi grade ló wà. Àwọn tó ti pẹ́ tó dé àwọn ló ti jàǹfààní. Nítorí pé the system was still a little bit lenient. Immigration one title ni. Yeye oge mo kí yẹn káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Mo like orúkọ yẹn dáadáa. Mo fẹ́ wọn náà ni. Ẹni bá ní mo fẹ́ wọn àti wà pẹ̀lú ẹwà. Bọ́ wà lórí program bẹ́ẹ̀ mẹ́wàá màmá kí wọn dáadáa. I love the beautiful name. Clement. Ìyẹn máa ń send owó sínú paper ní kò tẹ́ ń gbé yẹ̀wò lẹ́ẹ̀mejì. I love you so much. Mr. Peterman said, why are Yoruba getting distracted just because Tinubu? That's another problem. We're not distracted, Mr. Peterman. And when you say distracted, can you write what you mean by we are being distracted? Because maybe you have come on my program, I've been saying something that is not Yoruba Nation anymore. Maybe you have listened to all our other medias and they're not saying anything. What do you mean by we are being distracted? Can you comment again, Mr. Peterman? Because you asked, why are we distracted? And I'm asking you, tell me what you mean by we are being distracted. What are we doing before that we have not done since Tinubu has been given elected president? What have we been doing that is different? Because we are being distracted, I don't understand. Because I'm still here now talking about Yoruba Nation. The Igbo are still doing their own. We are doing different things. You might have government in exile. We don't have to have government in exile. Doesn't mean we don't know what we are doing. And you know what, Etilo? You have not declared your nation. So being saying we are distracted, maybe you want to rephrase and, Omodua, how are you? Are you up early? Don't worry, we sort it out. I've already transferred the numbers. So later on, when you download WhatsApp story phone here, then that's the first thing I just have. It's just my WhatsApp, then then I'll wipe all the pictures and everything. So you get it probably today. You're welcome. So the world where Moki Mommy and Tim Chatty I bet you are long. As you are in Nigeria, I respond because I'm a point in Mubasoro. I got up with mini code in it. Because there are some of our people in Nigeria and we have to make sure that they are safe returned back. So these issues that the Biafra always come and say we're being distracted. How? As Igbo come out to say it's not doing Yoruba nation anymore, as Babakito come out, you guys have not declared your own nation. So why are you now saying we are being distracted? Okay, who is Tinubu? You can't call it Tinubu. I lambast Tinubu here every blessed day. You can't call it Tinubu. Tinubu caught Tinubu ni Babatole, the drug baron. So please, the word distraction, Mr. Oluyole Ibadan, Muki, Sunday Agbola Muki, we've never been distracted. Yeah, we have these Dagboru woman that came and wanted to disturb the movement. Koda Mogbo, I mean, we don't have to believe in prophecy and all that, this been. But my Baba kon woli kan so. Oh no, this ya Dagboru any 2 years ago. She will fade away. It's just a matter of time. But from us, we've told you that, even I'm not going to mention her name. I just don't know this, to come and be. What I'm discussing this morning is about Workers' Day. In any Workers' Day. Baba T, I am a Yoruba, but I want a regional government. Okay. There's nothing wrong in regional government, my brother. Look, if we have a regional government now, there's nothing wrong in it. Scotland is the autonomy of their own, which is like a regional government. Now, the Scottish MEP, people will now vote for the political party that will buy the idea of their independent. And if you go and look at my tweet all the time, you will see a party called the Alba Party. Mr. Babati. I love that area. And the line is open if you want to call it an interactive platform. Happy Workers Day for people that have job. People don't have a job, don't say Happy Workers Day. It's a waste of time. But Babati say, I'm a Yoruba man. There's nothing wrong in that, for you to ask for a regional government. But the question is, how are we going to get to that regional government? Some say, Koiki, be patient. Tinubu will push for a regional government. But I will tell. But I know that the Afeniferi, if you listen to my broadcast of, not yesterday, I didn't do a broadcast yesterday, the day before yesterday, I talked about the East Timorians. They have a political party called the Frontilen, F-R-E-T-I-L-E-N. And the Frontilen had 24 representatives that were pushing for their independence, though they fought a lot of war. But eventually they got their independence on the 20th of May 2002. While I was in UK, East Timorians that started fighting for independence in the 1970s when Indonesia killed about almost 800,000. Last one, in Mokimomi Bisima Konjola, Happy Workers, they found Onisha, but when you to they don't have a job. Elone Matthew, I'm going to read your comment as well. We appreciate our Biafras. I'm going to speak a bit of English so that we can carry them along this morning. So there's nothing wrong with the regional government. But the agenda of the regional government did not come back after it was destroyed. Even if it was destroyed by the Igbo people, even if it was destroyed by the Yoruba, it does not matter. But by now, after 20, how long do we need to wait before that regional government comes back? I'm asking you now, Babati. And it's not the Babati that art movie. This one, I believe, is another one because this one comes in T-E-A. The other one is T-double-E. There's nothing wrong with the regional government, but how long do we need to wait for that regional government to come back? Do you think that the regional government will come back with Tinubu now, because Buhari Olori Buruku, the bomb bastard Fulani man, is now asking for forgiveness. It destroyed the economy. A lot of you don't have a job. The Naira now is about 930 to £1. The last money I sent home, which was just a small money, I sent £30 home. I don't have a lot of money. So please give us money. Money, Lori Buruku people. Go and look at my picture I posted on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. That was me 20 years ago, working here in the trend sector, 20 years ago. I have at least evidence to show. Let her come and show you all our evidence 20 years ago. And I remember, I saw the phone I took the picture with. You know the flip phone? How many people use the flip phone? Technology is beautiful. Then it was the flip phone. You open it like that with a small camera. Now, look at how beautiful the world is changing. So there's nothing wrong. But we don't want regional government. But, for those that are saying regional government, this should have happened long time ago, not now. So let me read what, my brother Elon Matthew says. Nnamdi Kanu gave our innocent youth gun, telling them to kill police officers and soldiers because of the foolish promise, online country madness, and Igbo land have turned to war zone. Okay, let me explain that to you, Elon Matthew. You could read a lot of things. I'm not sure Nnamdi Kanu gave anybody guns. You don't have evidence to that. If you do, send it to my WhatsApp or email, and I can assure you I will present it to the world. That is not a fact. Nnamdi Kanu could buy guns. I don't know. I'm just saying, even if he buy guns, does not mean he gave guns to people to go and be killing soldiers and killing police. I'm sure you saw on the Simon Ekpa page, I posted it as well. Police officer at the armed robbers. This is about 3 days ago. Go on Simon Ekpa page and go and see it. Those were not ESN. Those are not Biafra. These are police uniform men becoming armed robber. So all these saying that, they've turned Igbo land to a war zone, it is the Fulani agenda. And I'm sure you are not a Fulani man. You are an Igbo man. To be saying that Nnamdi Kanu gave the youth guns. If the time comes, we will carry gun and we will fight each other so that we can take back our land. That is what the East Timorian did. They fought with the Indonesian government, and today they are better off than me and you because they can get to UK without a visa. That is what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for, not what you are saying. So it's a different narrative, but I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. It's easy for you to have listened to all the lies of your government. I'm not sure whether you're in Nigeria, you're outside Nigeria, it doesn't matter. But you must have been listening to all these Bole Kaja media for a very long time to say that Nnamdi Kanu bought guns and gave it to the youth, and then the youth have turned Southeast to war zone. You probably don't know what you're saying. And we know. So let me read Baba T says 1959 agenda, 1976 agenda, Dawn agenda, and Odua group. Regional government is a stepping stone. But the problem is, I know the Dawn, DAW, they are the new version of the Odua investment. There's nothing called Odua investment anymore in Yoruba land. It's gone already. But the Dawn are there. Look, they are just puppets. I say it live. They are puppet of all the Yoruba governors. I'm talking about the Dawn. There are some people there that will be making money. They'll be telling you they are doing so. They're not doing anything. They're not working towards for us to go back to regional government. Afeni Ferry that is even asking for the restructure, telling our Yoruba politician, push the agenda to the north. Let's go back to restructure this country. I met Baba Adebanjo a few times. And I told you, I know what he said. He says that, they told our politician to push the agenda for a restructure. All these your politicians are bomb bastards. They did not want that to happen. So you're not going to get a regional government. Let's talk about Peterman again. Distraction, I was talking about some Yoruba youth that abandoned the Yoruba Nation project for one Nigeria, just like the Igbo people. So that is the divided son. So don't say that we are distracted because we know that a lot of you voted for Peter Obi. So don't come here and say that they voted for Tinubu. The same way Yoruba people wanted Tinubu because they don't believe in Peter Obi. They believe Peter Obi's agenda was also to overthrow Nigeria and become, to their own, just as the Yoruba want Tinubu to be there. So it's both sides. So that is not a distraction. That has been there forever now. Shegbubu, you don't support Biafra. You know that not every one of you is supporting Biafra now. And when Peter Obi came, a lot of you abandoned Nnamdi Kanu. Not every one of you. So that is not a distraction. That is not, even something you should be saying. Because to come and say that is because some people endorse Tinubu, some Yoruba doesn't believe in breakup. They want Nigeria to continue to exist. So that is not a fact, Mr. Peterman. Okay? That is not a fact. We and Yoruba were distracted because of Tinubu. How? There's about 3 million. Oh, you're an Axoba as well. Wow, 96. I also set I want shown here. So you are one year below me. Wow, interesting. I hope you're doing very well, Sha. So the regional government, there's nothing wrong in that. Some say the Igbo destroyed it. It doesn't matter. By now, our politicians should have pushed back for that regional government, but they never did. And if you have any evidence where they were trying to make sure that we go back to regional government, point it to me, send me the email, info@koikimedia or musakalam@gmail.com, and I'll go and study it and I'll make it as a presentation. Because I've never seen anywhere that one Yoruba politician from 1999 were pushing the narrative. Maybe they were waiting to get power, which they've got now. At least Tinubu is giving them the power now. So this Tinubu government that is about to kickstart by end of May, if quote and unquote, Tinubu gets it, because for now, he's still elect until May 29, when he gets it, then we can say he has been there. So we will now have to wait whether the agenda of regional government that the Yoruba are waiting for since 1999, because Olori Buruku Obasanjo could not give you regional government. Obasanjo was just a puppet of the North. So the next person you're expecting now is Tinubu. So we will wait. And by the time Tinubu either do it or not, then we will be able to say to our people, we've told you. But that doesn't mean that because Tinubu is there now, you can even see somebody is already accusing us that we have been distracted, even though I have been running program, even whether Bitel Tinubu was declaring himself, we know that Tinubu was going to be the next president. I mean, in terms of, the arrangement that he had with Buhari, even though Buhari wanted to maneuver him, but Tinubu said, èmi ló kàn, change owó, èmi ló kàn. So he actually used the influence, and Buhari thought, this man, where they drink ogogoro every day. Buhari knows him very well. They know each other. So Buhari stepped aside and allowed Tinubu to get it. But until he hands over to him officially on the May 29th, then Buhari starts. I don't like Agzoba Jare. They're too full of themselves. I am a proud Lishabi Grammar School. Yeah, Oleshiton, alumni of 1998. Wow. My younger brother went to Lishabi Grammar School. Lishabi Grammar School, my last hostel, which is Taradek. I don't know whether you know Taradek. I was in Taradek Hostel, opposite the Gomode Hostel. You see, at least we have a record of people that can, verify who we are, not the Dagburu. So there's nothing wrong in regional government, like I said before. There's nothing wrong if we have gone back to restructure, but all this didn't happen in 24 years of democracy. Some might say, Koiki could be possible because, ni power, ni center, which has been some argument of some of our Yoruba elites. They don't want to get involved. And like I said, our brother, okay, let me read this comment now. Nnamdi Kanu gave ESN guns, telling them to go inside bushes. Okay, telling them to go inside business. IPOB, the ones killing, using Igbo land, nothing like Fulani in the land, please. Nnamdi Kanu boys, ESN and unknown gunmen are the ones killing us. I live in Imo State. Simon Ekpa just started where jobless Nnamdi Kanu after many years in London without anything to show in his village. So you want Nnamdi Kanu to come and show something in his village. She Nnamdi Kanu na government. She Nnamdi Kanu na the government. You say Nnamdi Kanu stay in London for so many years and nothing to show off in his village. She na Nnamdi Kanu go come repair his village. Stop talking like that, my brother. Okay? We only need a better. You cannot get a better Nigeria. I live in UK. Stop talking like that. The British doesn't want you to have a better Nigeria. I'm telling you, I have lived with them for 24 years. They don't even respect me here. You're talking about they come and respect you. Which democracy is going to work? The British government that locked me here for 14 years, they did not give me paper. And they are the one that disturbed our own where we are before. So please, All these, Nnamdi Kanu did not fix his village. You might as well say, but me too, I never fixed my village for Ijebu. I'm talking about Yoruba nation. Should I be government? Should I be government we could come fix Ijebu? The one way I try by sending cars, sending stuff to Nigeria. Now, Lori Bruku Fulani stay for port, they control them. So it shows that, your IQ or your understanding is far below. And ESN just started probably about a year ago. So the way do you know that 74 children were kidnapped in Zamfara State? They've paid ransom to take them back just about yesterday, according to the paper I read. So humans are living in a different world entirely. It shows the ignorance of Nigerians. And this is why we have to be coming out online every day. This young brother, I mean, I'm not fighting you. We're just talking because I'm reading your comment. It shows that we are interacting. And I'm sure if we sit in beer parlor, we can't have to fight, even if we're talking like this. But what I'm saying is, you can hear his views that even though for him, he says he lives in Imo State, that, he believes that is Simon Ekpa that is disturbing Imo State. So for him, he still wants one Nigeria. Brother Koike, it broke my heart how people abandon Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, yes. I mean, Peter B is a distraction. Peter B is a Western agent. And let me come back to my brother Elon. Elon, let me say something again. No, don't abuse him, Adam. You don't have to abuse him. You are mad to talk about our leader. No. You see, that is where you will not get these people back to you. Don't abuse him. It's about at least me. I'm taking my time not to educate him. Don't abuse him. Don't abuse him. Why are you abusing him for? You don't need that. What I'm saying to my brother Elon, I believe you're in Imo, maybe you're in Lagos, you're making money there. Let me say something again. No. Why do I block him? No, I don't block him. We need to educate him. You said that Nnamdi Kanu gave guns to people. Okay? That is what you heard. Even though you don't have the fact, but you probably see police take some people and say, this is Simon Ekpa boys with the gun there. And you are believing all that. And I am telling you, and you are still talking about one Nigeria, and I am saying to you as somebody that I live with the white people, Oyibo people for 24. I am not living in Eastern Europe. I'm not living in Simon Ekpa like Finland, because Finland is different from UK. I live in UK. I live with them for 24 years. And from what I have lived with them for, I am telling you that they don't want the best for Nigeria. And that's why we are still saying to some of you that listening to all these Jagbajantis, Oyibo people telling you that, they want the better Nigeria for us, you must be fooling yourself. So, we don't have to fight each other. You don't have to abuse him. He has his right to his opinion, but we just have to educate and enlighten them. That's all. We have a lot of Yoruba people that hate Igboho. People that even were part of this movement. They are now calling Igboho name. My mom just came back. I was with my mom the whole day yesterday. I spent about almost a lot of time with her. We, just to, the motherly warmth. She was with Igboho. And people that believe in Igboho now are saying that Igboho has abandoned the Yoruba project, is not doing that, and they're talking rubbish about Igboho. So one thing we need to understand is these are Yoruba people now causing Igboho. The people that believe in Igboho before are now saying that Igboho is useless. And when I was with my mom yesterday, my mom, she just couldn't cry because she said that if people knew what Igboho is going through in terms of not living in his own comfort zone, is actually, Igboho is a millionaire, even if we don't want to call him billionaire. He left everything for the cause of Yoruba nation. Nnamdi Kanu should have lived in London with his family and not worry about anything called, Biafra. And this young brother is saying that Nnamdi Kanu did not come and fix Imo State or whatever his own town. What is that? Is that the responsibility of Nnamdi Kanu? Is that not the responsibility of the government? Mrs. B. Sima Konjola, my mother, said the government of Nigeria owed Kanu back because he's telling the truth. But some people don't agree with that. They believe that Nnamdi Kanu is the one disturbing the peace in the Igbo land. You can see why it is important that we continue to educate the people. Because as we have them in the Southeast, we have them in the Middle Belt, we have them across Nigeria. Some still believe in Nigeria. There's nothing wrong in that. But we are saying to you that there's nothing. Look, you are talking about Nigeria. So you want me, a Yoruba man from Ijebu, that has been in existence before the 1914 amalgamation. In 1533, according to our professor Adebanji Akintoye, he told us that when the Portuguese expedition came to Nigeria, Ijebu-Ode was already 500 years old. And you are talking about Nigeria. You know, what Nigeria are you talking about? Ijebu-Ode, my town, has been a town and city as far back as 500 years in 1533. And so come and tell me where Nigeria is in 1533. Come on, my brother. I understand you were born in Nigeria, you were given a name in Nigeria, you were, ceremony in Nigeria, but that is not what we are. We are indigenous people. And Sherry reason T, education is important. Enlightenment is important because it has just shown that a brother here in the Southeast believed that Nnamdi Kanu is not who we thought it is. But Nnamdi Kanu lives in a society where, he doesn't have to be killed because I can change this now and decide, let me wear this, okay? I don't want to wear this anymore. And I can wear it outside. I'm not going to be intimidated. There's nothing called Nigeria, my brother. Nigeria is not what you think it is. 85NTN say the Northerners have sent it coming and they quickly stop it with the help of Chief Tinubu, and they stop good luck regime by orchestrated Chipo girl. I will see a lot of more terrorism happening as Tinubu gets the power. You can see sometimes the program could take you to a different dimension. But this is what is meant to be. We need to continue. That is Sofa or your empire is more than 1,000 years. Do you know my brother? What's his name again? Let me get your name. And please don't abuse him. Supporting evil in Igbo land. There's nothing called evil. Nigeria is the evil. Nigeria is the criminal evil. It's not the Biafra. Elon, let me say to you, in a place in Ondo State, they found a skull that is 13 years old. And you are talking about Nigeria. A skull. This is my brain. By the time I'm dead after so many years, I can decide that my children keep my skull in the house and they use it to drink water. A skull was found in Ondo State and it has been there, dated back to 13,000 years. And you're talking about Nigeria. Which Nigeria? Oba Isheshe Oluwalogbon Mukiyisa. Yawabisi went on to say, anyone that tells the truth about Nigeria, the government of Nigeria will kill the person. That is what they used to do. Abiodun Nobi say Nigeria is not one and can never be one. So, and you can see that we have a lot of, so we go back to the conversation, Workers' Day. How many of you, Iweleru has been, in existence for 13,000 years, and you're talking about Nigeria, which Nigeria that they just put together less than, Nigeria is not, do you know Nigeria is not even 200 years old? Nigeria is not 200 years old. Nigeria is only 100 and something years because it was put together in 1914. So what name will they bear before 1914? Elon Matu, my brother, that you are saying that you disagree with Nnamdi Kanu. Iweleru is in Ondo State. So you can't talk about Nigeria. Which Nigeria? I live in Nigeria. Let's come back to conversation. Jobs, Workers' Day. Whether you are female, whether you are male, or nobody get job. Intimidation. How do we get jobs? Is it the government that provide job for every Nigerian? No. Government no fit provide job for every Nigerian, but now everybody won't go into politics because you can be like Daniel Regina husband, where we make money, a lot of it. The guy got bastard money. I don't know, how he got the money. So everybody wants to go into politics. Even the smallest person wants to go into politics because you know that you can make, at least you can do well for yourself. But in reality, if we have the enabling environment, if we have the process that works, Mukinya Gwami Yemi Fatuke, Amobalaja Abdullah, good morning. Abdul Rashid, Abdul Latif. Let's shout out to those on the MixLR. 2 people are listening, not the regular, because I'll let you comment. The regulars will have probably say good morning, but I cite those of you on the MixLR. I'm not using the software, so we're just using our, phones and laptops to broadcast. I couldn't come out yesterday. I spent time with my mom. She just came back from Benin Republic, where she has been for a couple of, weeks, almost a couple of weeks. But she's back with us here in London. So, Workers' Day. What is the benefit of Workers' Day to you? You who you watch me. Did they say Workers' Day, Workers' Day, Workers' Day? What is the benefit of this Workers' Day? Do you have a job? Any Blaze 22. There's a lot of Nigerians, so to call you like that for now, even though we know there's nothing called Nigeria, that are talented. It doesn't matter whether they are Hausa. Hausa people are talented in their own ways. Kanuri people are talented. Edo people are talented. Igbira people are talented. It does not matter. But the reason why we are where we are, we have used two Ife. This Ife is the third Ife. We had 97 kings before Odua. Are you listening, my brother Ellen? Mokimba Bawa Adidako Rafiu, good morning to you back as well. Happy New Month and happy Workers' Day for those that have job. People like us, we don't get job. They say we just take backpack all over London. I have different backpack. This is another one. My wife keep asking me, why do you put a lot of stuff in it? I say, because soldiers put a lot of stuff in their backpack. I love this one. I love it. It's very portable. But this one is big. I love this one as well. And I have a lot of stuff in it. When I go out, I have, my nibbles. This is cashew nuts and pistachios. I have water, because London is expensive. You go out to buy water at a very expensive price. When I get water for house, I can drink water, Gary. I love pistachio. I love nuts. All these now are jobs in Nigeria. Farmer. These. Before we get to the end user, I'm the end user. There has to be a process. There has to be, and that process goes in different stages. Mokimomiwa, my beautiful, beautiful auntie, Grandma Kombe, my sister, my auntie, Biwileke, Bolaji Ayodele Moki, Mr. Ayuba. So I have three different nuts here. Three. This is cashew. This is pistachio. I can't remember the name of this one. These are jobs for our people. Herodotus that came before BC wrote about Ife 500 years BC. The question is, why can't we have, I know Tinubu talks about Agbado and this. I don't know what is wrong with Tinubu with Agbado. He talks about Agbado. Recruit them, 50 million Nigerians into the army. What are they going to eat? Agbado, cassava. We see how things are going to unfold. These are jobs for you, my people. You can chop them. Okay? Okay, Mami Christina Demola. Jobs. Can you see? These are jobs for you. But unfortunately, my brother, you wait to say ESN and then they keep people. But Fulani don't allow your people go to farm anymore. I think they go farm. I'm talking to Elon in Imo State that disagree with the Biafra. And please don't abuse Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is not the problem of Nigeria, okay? No, Nnamdi Kanu caused the problem of Nigeria. Now the Oyibo people caused the problem of Nigeria. Now then came and destroy who we are. Today, Workers' Day, my people know if you chop. How many people they chop cashew nut for Nigeria now? There's a process for all these things. This one are cashew nut. And this one are pistachio. I love pistachio very much. It's expensive, but I just love it. So what am I trying to say this morning? My people, exact printing. Let's talk about printing. I visited Iwokmi paper mill. I cried. We are now importing printing material from China. Waris Zinodu, thank you so much. Organic cashew nut offer different than the GMO. Yeah, you're right. Because what they are producing for us to eat in this country now is GMO food. Everything they don't inject them, they don't make them big. Nothing is, organic anymore. But me, I get land from Kwara down to Kogi, to Ondo, to Ekiti, to Osun, to Oyo, to Lagos, to even Lagos has the land. Maybe not a lot, and Ogun State. But today, my people know if farm. You're talking about jobs. Let me take you back to, I can't remember the year exactly, but Mowasile year, maybe about 2017 or thereabout. We wanted to get a farm in Ogun State just to do farming. I was not going to be the one to get a farm. My job was to be the I would have been the last contact in UK when the produce are ready so that it gets to UK. Do you know the bottleneck? We couldn't, Amoson was the governor then. All these governors are liars. Imagine if we have started that project. Do you know how many Nigerians outside have come back home, try to invest in farming? How are you going to invest in farm? I'm talking to you, my brother, again, Elon, because you're talking about Nnamdi Kanu is the one that buy guns, and that's why they're killing so many people. But your people cannot go to farm anymore because the Fulani way they carry gun, you know, see that one. Even what a Jeka lobby gun say, what a lobbying is a different thing. There was not even a farm, it was all lies. It's easy for you to listen to, all these fake news of telling you that Nnamdi Kanu is the one who wants to destroy the Igbo land. Yeah, land there for Ikorodu. And that's why the North are happy that they were bringing potato. No, I don't know whether they bring potato, tomato and all these and onions. Latin North. Today, Workers' Day, in the 1st of May, 2023, is just coming up to 7 minutes past 7 a.m. We've used 1 hour, 32 minutes so far into the broadcast. I welcome you. It's different time zone around the world. My brother Tony Age said, cashew is not well packaged. That is even if it's there at all. Nigeria has taken us backwards for more than 60 years again. We've not moved forward. We've not moved forward. We've not moved forward. We've not moved forward. And today we are still backwards. So when people say that Workers' Day, which kind of Workers' Day? How many people get job? Where did they talk Workers' Day? How many will not get job? How many people get the job? You guys are not lazy. Nobody's lazy. We are all born talented. Mukimi Baba Adewale. Waris Zinodu say cashew stem fruit nuts are different from man-made land grown. Everything now is more of genetic. The West are killing us bit by bit by giving us unhygiene food to eat. And whatever goes in can also damage inside. And that's why I say they shouldn't even be talking about climate change to people like us in Nigeria, because we have not even developed, and then someone will go and buy electric car or buses to be used in Lagos State. Nobody juju be that, because it's listening to the West. I'm sure some of you have seen the images. Someone will just import, Imoso Moto is there that someone could have said, look, we need cars or buses for Lagos transportation. How much is it going to cost? Let's do partnership with you. No, he doesn't want that. He wants to buy it from outside. He doesn't want to patronize Inoso Motors. Even if it's not perfect, but at least, BMW was not perfect. What build they on? Mokibaba Fatai Mogaji. Adejomo Ismaila, shout out to you. Adebanjo, good morning and welcome. Moitiri Olakunle Laroy. Olakunle is there, I just cite you. Someone who is buying cars or buses to take people from Lagos State is called his electric buses, when it should be patronizing Inoso Motors. No be juju be that. So why are we doing things that is not working? Obanla Olaleye Paul Moki. Why? So when they are talking about Workers' Day, I'm asking you now, who is in the bracket of a worker? Can a worker learn Igboboa? Who is the worker? Good morning, Mr. John Adeyanju. Who is the worker? Can a worker? Today is Workers' Day. You as a Nigerian today, a lot of workers at home today, they are resting. Thank God, Workers' Day today, I go off today. But are you in the same bracket with them? Or you want to be in the situation where African Development Bank, IMF, World Bank, and all these, people go to talk about solution to Nigeria, solution, implementation, policy, or the one that they use fraud you is called the SDG. When you hear SDG in Nigeria, run no. You don't hear me. The moment where you hear SDG, this United Nations SDG, run no, is all fraud. They have all the different SDG. Share SDG, don't we? Is it called SDG? Let me just double check myself. Yeah, it's called SDG. SDG goals. Let me give you, it's called the Sustainable Development Goals. That's the full meaning. When you hear that, when you hear SDG, run for Nigeria, it started back in 2015 under the United Nations. I will tell you all the 17 SDG goals. They're just using that to fraud anyone in Nigeria. SDG, call SDG. Nigeria is a crime scene. Ajani Ajala into Libya, Mukedada, Eko, Amuleduro. So many Nigerians, Yoruba people, all in prison in Libya, in Tripoli. There's a particular person that I've been talking to, Shea Money, when I brought one in the prison. Somebody with the prison, Nigerian government is saying, the embassy, say make they go find 500,000 naira to take him back to Nigeria. IOM, immigration, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They help a lot of people to move back. They're ready to help, but the Nigerian embassy in Tripoli wants money. 8F9 team say, because Fulani regime don't want Southeast to develop, so they cannot patronize innocent mortals. Okay. Mr. Yuba said, because if they patronize innocent mortals, they will not be able to perpetrate their corruption. They can still do that. All they have to tell innocent is to inflate the price. That's all. Inflate the price. I go buy this from you for 2 million, but now 1 million, no. You give me the kickback. It's called kickback. Mitchell Ozoro, good morning to you, my brother. Ashiwaju, I hope this one is not Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu. Ashiwaju Awoyede, shout out to you. Mokia Intidiroko, Ma Daniel. Mokia Egbomi, bless. My Yoruba says sometimes. How la ṣe máa pronounce orúkọ yìí? GBEDO. Gbedo. Bedu, Bedu, because Bedu, because Bedu is you Bedu. So Teodotini Bedu, she will pronounce it that. The Yoruba nation is not going back. How long do we need to be doing Workers' Day every year, year in, year out, and the Yoruba people don't get job? I've told you, I don't know about next year, but according to KPMG, if you like do juju, you're not going to get job this year. 40.6% of Nigerians have no jobs. If you like go and be doing skit, it cannot be. Mo rò bá Síwájú Bọ́lá Tinubu ní tọ̀dọ̀ tí yín nìyẹn làyà mi ṣe já ni. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò bàbá wa Sharafa. Hey, Yami Abe. This laptop that I'm using was sent brand new from Canada. This laptop, where are they? Now, no go see the woman that sent it to me, she's watching me right now. She still believes in us, even with all the distraction and all the problems that were there, because she has never changed her DP from my picture and Igbowo. She put it on a brand new. She sent it from Canada to me. Can't appreciate her less. And that's the laptop I'm still using for Yoruba Nation. I'm not using it for stock market. I'm not using it for anything. After I finish, I close them. I put them there. Yoruba, I open them again. Even though I have another one, then we have the Alienware. It was somebody that bought that one as well, but she has now turned to abusing us and say I should just go and get out and all that. But it's okay. At least I didn't sell those laptops back to make money. I was using it to educate our people. So Shegoni, Yami, thank you so much. Yeah, Bisima Controller say, how would Sanwo-Olu take his own share of 25% of money? But the question is, Sanwo-Olu has bought electric buses in traffic of Lagos. I don't know how it's going to work, but I wish Lagos State the best. 20 million people in Lagos State. Let's talk about the United Nations SDG. When you hear SDG in Nigeria, Rono, Ruffy World, welcome to the program on Instagram. Some people, sometimes they just, what is this one saying? Too many people just they talk. This platform is all about to break up Nigeria. I'm sorry if it's not what you want. Nigeria is just too late to work. I don't think Tinubu will take us to regional government is a waste of time. Tinubu himself is a waste of time for Nigerians. Peter Obi is a waste of time. I understand the obedient thinking that, okay, when Peter Obi finished after 8 years, then what happened? All the foundation in Olori Buruku Mala will come, they will destroy everything. The North can destroy whatever Peter Obi do after 8 years. Peter Obi cannot spend more than 8 years. So even the energy of disobedience, even if Peter Obi got there, get there, not got there, get there. He will be there for 8 years. And the North will come back and destroy everything he's done in 8 years. And we start afresh all over again. Mr. De Dapo Rafiu went ahead to say, farm produce is expensive in Nigeria because farmers are terribly afraid to go to farm because of Fulani killers and ritual. You're right, but my brother there from the Southeast, I've been disagreeing with me since morning. He said, Nnamdi Kanu and Ekpa, they want destroying Southeast. I want to get his name again. I love him. And I've told people not to abuse him. Elon Matu, at the beginning of the broadcast, said a couple of things about Nnamdi Kanu and Ekpa, that they are the one producing guns and allowing people to kill each other, in the Southeast. They've destroyed the Southeast. And I'm thinking, it looks like this brother is in a different world entirely. But my brother Yadidapo say, it's not like that. Come, how are you? You okay? You wakey? Garo. What do you want? Nothing. I can see your face. I can still see the face. So let's read that quickly. Most people are afraid. I saw that when I went to Nigeria, and myself and Chief Sunday Igboho were moving around. A lot of our farmers have left. Imagine if farmers are now going outside to buy elubo that they will normally teeth and they will grind it becomes elubo, gari. Imagine farmers to go and buy gari outside. That means we're in a big problem. I saw that in Nigeria. Let's go further. Who won't die? Since Still, most people in Nigeria don't understand what you people are fighting for, just because they think that the way of life is the way life is in Nigeria is like that in other part of the world. Because some of us were given birth to and brought up in the same Nigeria and never want our country to see how government run the national affairs there. Just like you said again, my brother said that Nnamdi Kanu stay in London. He didn't come and fix his hometown. And I'm thinking, is that the job of Nnamdi Kanu? Is Nnamdi Kanu meant to be the one to fix, his own hometown? Is Simon Ekpa coming to fix his own town? When we have a government, all these bomb bastard Igbo governors that have stolen. Do you know that, I met a guy that works for Wike. Wike is a bad guy. I was privileged through a brother that came to London. He's also part of the PDP. Showumi. I'm sure some of you know him. He's very, very, he speaks very well. Speak grammar too much, like me. And he came to London. I can't remember his first name. He's based in Ogun State. Showumi. He's one of the PDP spokesperson or blah, 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 spokesman or whatever. And, he told me he was around. I went to meet him. He had I connected him with Mayegun, because Mayegun didn't want to do the interview then. We eventually, Mayegun granted him the interview. We went to BBC. So he now said he wanted to meet somebody at 805 at Oak Kent Road, that we should go together. This was even before the Yoruba Nation or whatever, I can't remember. So we went to 805. When we got to 805, let me see if I can get his full name. Show me something, Lunje. Very, very popular, Channel Television normally brings him in all the time. Yeah, Showumi. I'm sure some of you wear glasses, very, very, beautiful house he has, even though there's no road network to his house, in Ogun State, in Abeokuta. He lives in a fine gun. Beautiful house, with, inverter and all that. But there's no good road that leads there. That's the only problem. So, former Atiku spokesman in 2019 here. It was in London. So we went to 805 together. As we were getting into 805, he noticed a guy sitting, in the corner. He said, we should have banned it. Okay, what did they do for London? This guy, according to my brother, Shegun Shomi, was telling me that guy that I saw there's no where Wike is traveling around the world. The guy travels ahead. The guy is like the deputy governor, even though they have deputy governor in River State. If you see the guy, your politicians. And there are so many other things he was telling me about the guy. And this is how they want Nigeria to run, like just that bomb bastard Yaya Bello. He just want to put somebody there so that they can cover his track. Even though we know Dino is as well, they are criminals. There's nothing wrong in politics. Politics in America is as crime as anyone in UK. It doesn't matter. But as it provides job today, we have job problem here in UK, in America. But as I speak to you today, according to KPMG, 40.6% of Nigerians, Kabuzu, don't get job. So let me read that quickly. I pray some people get to understand all you are trying to bring out. Continue your enlightenment to open their brains. Eshegoni, Mr. Adedak, or a few. Like I said to my brother, one of my brothers just said, Yomi, our prefer we go back to regional government system. There's nothing wrong in that. But our politician doesn't want regional government. Because the moment we go back to such, we will be able to deal with them. Our politicians, they're using the federal to suppress us. And they're very smart about that. Very, very smart. These politicians, they're extremely smart. Because one more way, Tabak Parasi regional government, I'm a deal Belurawa. But they want to be using the federal to continue to subjugate. Do you know that our Yoruba politicians are marginalizing us? How many people knows that? Momiwa Bisima Konjola went on to say, if Lagos State gave out 100% contract the first money paid out will be shared between themselves. Elliot should go and meet one of their past governors who built 179 houses for himself before he was exposed. And it's pointing to Nnamdi Kanu that Nnamdi Kanu lives in London, is creating problem in the southeast, and he should come and fix his own town. How? Nnamdi Kanu now they control the resources. So let's, get this message very well. Waris Zinado say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came back and his life was threatening for good cause. But my brother disagrees, says Nnamdi Kanu, according to him, not us, that is the one that provide guns and then, kills as many people and destroy the southeast. Unbelievable. I'm still hearing this in this particular day. Yamin Bimileke say, Koiki, you're talking about the restaurant 807. Yes, 807, near Kent Road. Yeah, 807, yeah. But boy, I wanted done ni weekend. But atrocity the weekend commit. That's the guy. But you will not know. It's just a normal guy. You will not. I mean, if you don't know him, if they don't tell you who he is, he was just sitting there, and there's some people, they speak Igbo, blah 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 blah. 805 ni. It's 805, not 807. 805 ni. It's 805. It's not 807. 805. We chopped there. And Shegun Showumi went. Then he met few people he wanted to meet as well. Then he just vamoosed. He's a brother, He loves me so much. I was in his house when I went to Abeokuta. I told him, then that was 2019 when I went to cover the election of Ogun State. I told him I was in Abeokuta. Most of them spent time in Abuja, but it was around that day. Beautiful house, massive house, but the road was not good because most of them died baby cars. And then, you see this fine house among, poverty all over the place. I don't know. I'm sure you probably watch me sometimes. So today we're talking about Moki wa Iyawa Babawa then Iba unders. We have people that should be, engineers, people that should be in the research center, science and technology, building the society. And let's go back again and talk about Happy New Month. Why am I belching this much? Let's talk about the SDG. When you hear SDG, Rono, it's 805, not 807. Yeah, mommy, Bisima controller. It's 805. The backbone. All these SDG, they're doing SDG in Nigeria. Rono, if that will continue, I have a guy here, I don't want to mention his name. Later on, I tend to know that these are guy man, they're 419. They are very good in all these things. I mean, we might say they have good intention, but later on, I realized that they were using it for fraud. He's here in UK. He's a public figure. But a lot of you don't know because you see them out there as SDG, blah, blah, blah. It's all fraud. These are the people that doesn't want Nigeria to break. Because you see United Nations, there's a lot of money coming out of United Nations. If you know, you know. How many people knows that? United Nations. Do you know that for every refugee that a country takes, they can get the money back from United Nations? And who is funding United Nations? The highest, sponsor of United Nations in terms of their revenue coming in, United States of America. Oh my God. US. Shaitima here said, restructuring my foot. US in terms of United Nations. I'm just laughing. Somebody saw my picture with my hat. Say, what is your job in 20 years ago? I think it's the only person still asking me. Maybe some questions have come under my picture as well. I'm sure some of you have seen that picture. That was 20 years ago. But the person, I'm just saying the comment, my WhatsApp keep dropping all the time. So the person who was asking me on my status, what is my job then? Don't worry about my job then. At least at least I have a job. That was 20 years ago. And 20 years ago, I was already in UK. I was not in Nigeria. I just love what we're doing right now, because if I don't do it, somebody else will do it. It's as simple as that. But it's a privilege that I'm the one doing it. And I'm not the only one doing it. We have so many other media, but we are all presenting differently, differently, but in one direction. Nigeria is a waste of time. It's not going to work. So let's talk about the SDG quickly. There are 17 SDG goals. They will say by 20, which was the last one they talk in Nigeria, by 2012, they come up with all these figures. Now Dangote is saying by 2030, they should end, is it malaria or polio? Let me give you a quick 17 goals. Number one, the one way I talk now, just write the one way affect you, we you watch me, you or your family, your immediate family. 17. Number one says no poverty. That's the first SDG goal. Poverty. Nigeria, the 6th largest crude oil producer in the world. This is the world. I know you cannot see my beautiful map. The whole world, this is the world. Nigeria is number 6. But we are also number 1 capital poverty of the same world. No be juju be that. Shebepotan make the crude oil is meant to sustain us, and then there will be no poverty. It makes sense. I don't know. I'm asking. Good morning, Mr. Larry Waju Rachel. Muki Ugwenye Gbomidada ati a silent listener. I know there's a lot of you out there. You're not sure where you want to belong. You love Tinubu. You're thinking Tinubu has up to 2031 to convince you and me. That is if Nigeria. But when you talk like that, I used to say there will be Nigeria. Well, anything can happen between now and 2031. But I've just said 2031 is the maximum Tinubu can use. He cannot buy his third term. Obasanjo couldn't buy it. Does not mean that I want us to be up to 2031, but I'm just saying that he only has 8 years maximum. Muki Mr. Yusuf Sadiq, Olaniran Frederick Egbomi Muki. Nigeria is somewhere around there. Born in Nigeria, what? This is Nigeria. I always tell you, this where I'm pointing my hand. That is where Nigeria is. I know I've got different cameras. You can see right there. This is Nigeria. If I put it closer, you can see it. Even though it's reversed, you can see it there. This is Nigeria, the country that we're talking about. And look at how big the world is. All these are countries. And we are number 6. To Lepoju need the whole world. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how come we are Mokimomi wa Amolara Iyabo de? Mo pe Iyabo de en dele tan ma pe Iyabo. Mo ye ki ma ni Iyabo de. Ajala tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ. Àwa ni number 6. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ó ń rúgbó bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Whether you be Igbo, where you dey complain saying Nnamdi Kanu, we are number 6. At least the crude oil is coming from your region, mostly. Why you are complaining about Nnamdi Kanu? I told you I met a guy that is the second in command of Wiki. They say the guy is always ahead anywhere Wiki is going around the world. It's much better than, his position is better than the deputy governor. And you are there pointing finger at Nnamdi Kanu. And the guy is stinkingly, bastardly in millions of pounds. from what I was told. I saw him. He came to meet some people. So it seems Wike is not coming to London, but the guy was having a stop. You know, they have money. They book ticket. They have a stopover. They can. Do you know they can do 1 day stopover and they come out, they meet people, and they go back out. They write their ticket in a way that me and you will do a lot of stopover that we save money with. But these ones don't care how much it costs. You know what the money they're using? They're using the crude oil money from River State. And you are pointing finger at Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody should be that. I met the guy. I was looking at him like that. And my brother, that Shegun Sean, said, just like Tinubu has his own, every one of them have their own. But this one, for the first time I met him in London at 805 restaurant. Second in command of Wike. There's nothing going on in River State that the guy doesn't know. I remember his name. I saw him. Nobody said they tell me I saw him. So, Nigeria, you want that for Nigeria. Number 6, we're talking about the SDG code. It says no poverty. Now, make a ask Una. The country we get number 6. You see all this country. These are countries of, you know, if you take plane, you can go to Russia. This is Russia. Russia is so big. This is Russia. This all place is Russia. You can see it, very big. Just like I'm told that Sudan is also big in Africa, East Africa side. Russia equivalent is Sudan. Do you know that Moki Egbomi, that day, or Dennis, Dayo Omitogun, is always with us, you know, and all our grandfathers, you know. Emma been in America, I know it's late there. Maybe you might want to stop and come back, or you want to stay with me. I don't know, because I'm not tired yet. So if I get tired, we end the broadcast. We are number 6. So, my people who they watch me. We be number 6. Mokembe, Matthew. Support us, you know. We need to support our team at home. You know, media needs funding. You know, funding is important. You know, the way they see all this big media is funding, so that we can support our team at home. They are working round the clock. And you can see yesterday they were showing a boxing. To be doing a streaming in Nigeria continuously for 1 hour is a lot of data. So when their data finish, who is going to be responsible for that data? It's me. So if you don't support us, at least you saw the Queen and King fight, the boxing. That is the talent. Anthony Joshua will be in Nigeria. You think he will be recognized around the world. He's from Remo or somewhere around there. He's privileged to be in London. That's why he's been able to become who he is. But all these children you're seeing that they are fighting that boxing, you know, and we can't get money from these kind of people because they don't have the money. And when our team are doing live stream, they do the one that you will enjoy, you know, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, no interruption. They have to stand there. You think it's easy to stand there and be doing live streaming? The back. So support so that we can support the Koiki Media team back home. Nigeria. And according to information we got yesterday during the live broadcast or day before yesterday, crude oil was found in Nigeria in 1956. 1956, we found the crude oil. 1956, 4 years before the fraudulent independence. Mokimba Bawa Sheikh Abolore Rasak. It does not matter whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Christian, whether you are a traditionalist, everybody they suffer. They talk about Workers' Day. Which people get job? Where the job day? 1956, we were told on the 30th of April that we founded that crude oil was found. I will even think it's found before that, but let me just go with what people are saying. Because I'm sure AAADRS, because I'm sure that the Oyibo people don't dictate them. They don't just let us know. Maybe that's when they told us. After they don't take, because they were in control of Nigeria. The Oyibo people, this country was in control of Nigeria, so we didn't have a say. All this one we would say now is because the world has evolved, the world has changed. If not, they would not allow me to be telling you a lot of things that I'm telling you. tí kò bá ṣe pé ayé change, mo kí bàbá wa Odunayo Joseph, if to say no be pé the world don't change, British not gonna let me tell you all this thing, no. Because all this thing I'm telling you is opening your ears. Do you know that? Let me say, come. Do you know that Britain, this country, do you know that they get refinery? Our crude oil, they refine here. Not tell anybody, oh. Do you know that last 2021, Nigeria exports crude oil to different countries? They help us refine them. They bring them back, and you they buy petrol. Mr. Yuba says, and the lady, they be poverty of the actually sorrow nipa crude oil. I've just picked one of the SDG of the United Nations, and it says no to poverty. Mo kí mọ́mí wa Ìyábọ̀ Olúbùnmi Olúwọlé tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ. Tẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ti ń ṣe prayer tán, ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa síbí báyìí. Baby Dakin sọ pé, this is my Quran. You can see it there. My Bible is upstairs. Even though this Quran came with me from Nigeria. It's English Quran. Just. This is my Quran. My Bible is upstairs. I am not fighting for religion. No. Now, mad people, they fight for religion. Nothing concerning with religion. Religion is about you, inside you. It's got nothing to do with you. Me, if I pray 5 times daily, now my problem. If I no pray, no be my problem. Mazi Shukwe Buka, I cite you. And you can see this book. I don't know who gave it to me, but it says there, United Christian Organization. I don't know where I got it from. And this one was from Ajibuto Close, Songwater. This was 2021. So maybe when I went to Nigeria, somebody gave it to me. I don't know. Imagine the church is using Gmail. If it was properly, the church should be using their own, email, not Gmail. United Christian Guko at gmail.com. Yet they have website and they're using Gmail. No be juju be that. So no be religion that they fight for. Because religion has nothing to do with Yoruba nation. Thank you so much, Mazi. Somebody don't attack Nnamdi Kanu today, but I've dealt with it properly. The person, if I not say some Biafra day here today, they go. I won't be surprised that watching my top bad one in the program. Biafra no joke with their leaders. Oh. If anybody cursing Nnamdi Kanu, they will, you know what they normally do? You know, when we joined, Simon Ekpa, I realized that they were tagging me. Koiki, enemy. Koiki, enemy. And the one way like us as well. Koiki, good guy. Biafra. Hey. Don't joke with them. If you say our page no strong, the attack that came on our page. So there was a guy that was actually, saying things negative about Nnamdi Kanu, but I've advised him that that is not what it is. But I'm sure if they say we get a lot of Biafra on the program this morning, I'm going to attack Baba and Padale. We kill me by that. Anjorin Noah, good morning. I'm talking about SDG. When you hear SDG go in Nigeria, run no, na juju be that too. It's all crime. SDG, some of them have good intention, but I tell you that there's a lot of money under United Nations. Mr. King, a great job. You always guide by the power of the mighty of God. Benny, I don't get juju. And my Quran and the Bible. That's all. But I believe in our tradition. Oh, yeah. I believe in that. Confirm. What I'm trying to say this morning is we're talking about today now Workers' Day. But 4.5 million of Yoruba people, they don't get job. They sleep, they wake up, sleep, wake up, play Baba Jebu, play Bet Naija. And I see all these influencers. What they normally do is, because they have huge followers, as they are doing their skit, you just see, boom, advert, bet Nigeria, bet sport, and so they are that the little money that you have. I mean, there's nothing wrong if you're playing it. I cannot stop you. But the little money you have, you want to go and do money doubler. Then they take it from you, and sometimes you win. I don't know. Okay, Mr. Kabiru. So let's move swiftly. So if Nigeria found crude oil in 1956, and we are meant to be number 6, hear me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The world, as at the world meter, whatever, says we are 195, and Nigeria is number 6. That should mean that we should have money, Abi. Ifa is not something I can show on the social media now. Even if I have my Ifa, I can't show that. I have Ifa. That one is not feasible to show, but I have. So I have my Ifa now. That will not be a problem. I be confirmed Yoruba boy. Confirm. When I say confirm, I confirm. I don't joke with traditional. Maybe before I know, but now that I know, nobody can tell me about, in the Bible and just Quran alone anymore. Nobody in my 40, a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Somebody go on tell me say, no do tradition. No do tradition with the guide us. This book they guide us, Bible they guide us, So, but my Ifa is not something I can show you. That one, we will not show you that one now. But they did there, confirm. I'm not joking. If you think I'm joking, I'm not joking. Confirm. It guides us. I get my own Ifa, but we leave it like that. We're talking about Workers' Day. How are you? I'm Modro. So, moving forward swiftly, because I know a lot of you at home, you're burning data. So if I slow down, you're like, Koiki, just go ahead and say it. One thing I just want to say is that how did we get to where a country that has crude oil, number 6, is now the capital poverty of the world? How? Okay, Mr. Isaac Dennis. Momo Abisi says, let us all understand ourselves, join hands together to make Yoruba nation great. But our politicians don't want to do that. Mukinda Diwa Sheikh Abolore. And when you're long, no joke with anybody, It's just that we now have dubious, people in between that have, destroyed these religion of Christian and Muslim. And it's all because of poverty. I saw some Yahoo boys that they beat, you are already in that KG. They beat one afar, they say collect 500,000, do juju for them. So they were actually beating him and they're showing themselves. If it was a normal country, at afar, at Antonio afar, they will all be in police station. But that is Nigeria. Then Isheshe Lagba. Nigeria, listen to me, Nigerians, our country, which you believe in. The crude oil was detected in 1956. We are number 6. And then we now overthrown every other country around the world to become number 1, the capital poverty of the world. Mukime is good. Let me say. Love you too much. As an auntie. No be juju be that. So all the money that was made from the crude oil from 1960, let's even say we lost 4 years because the British were the ones sucking it for 4 years. They just suck them, but they gave us independence. So we actually took over our resources, our territory, our sovereignty, our nation called Nigeria in 1960. Where is all the money made from the crude oil from 1960 till date? Where is the money? Where is the money? And people today are now pointing finger at Igboho and Babakitoye. But where is the real money? Shut up, Koiki. Come and give account. Come and. Where is the money from the 1960 of the crude oil? Because we were selling the crude oil. We were selling crude oil. Where is the money? Where is the overseas? Adewale Adesoya is crying. It's what to cry. Tony Aegis, my brother, said we should go and ask Gowon. Gowon, bomb bastard, is not telling us he wants to go and do prayer. After he killed people during the Biafra for 3 years, 5 million people died of hunger and starvation because they say they don't want to be part of Nigeria. And Gowon wanted to go to Abia to go and pray. You can see why people say this religion, now wahala. Where is all the money from? I mean, where is all the money? If I know Kunola, I can't take it to play. Then, I want to do Rokoni. I want to go. And the Baba and the border to learn fi Bible ati Quran nìkan. When you buy actually, they are Fulani terrorists in our border. They challenged me a few times. I traveled through the border as well, even though they didn't know who I am. They challenged me. Mazi Chukwueke, do you know many Yoruba nations have abandoned the Yoruba nation and joined? You see, another question. You see, Mazi, we have dealt with this question from another of your brother. Let me reverse it as well. Do you know that people left Biafra and also went to Peter Obi? People have never, not everybody supported the agitation from both sides. So these that the Yoruba abandoned, they are Yoruba, they never supported the Yoruba nation in the first place. Just as the Igbo people did not support Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu from 2017, some people have not supported you. But there are some people that you have gained and there are some people that you have lost. So this war that you just talked about, we dealt with it in the morning from another brother from that same region. We dealt with it. It's in the comment section. If I go back, I dealt with it. So this situation that you all are always coming to say they've abandoned, but you also have the same situation in hand, and Biafra have not been declared as a nation, but you are progressing, we are progressing, and we are going to break Nigeria, whether Nigeria likes it or not. But this issue that the Yoruba people have, some Yoruba people don't want Nigeria to break, is their kokobe. You know what they call kokobe? You know that thing where Yoruba people, they take cook stew. And it's the same thing, I've just been telling you about Wike. Do you think Wike wants, Biafra nation to come? So let's, leave this situation of they've abandoned. They never believe in Yoruba nation in the first place. Even the one who believe in Yoruba nation, they are abusing it. I said they are abusing Igbo and Babakinto. You are talking about people abandoned. The one where we don't tell, say Yoruba nation, we are together. We have been together for 3 years. Today now they are abusing Igbo. So please, so the issue that abandoned, they've lost, they are distracted. It has been, Yoruba people don't want Nigeria to break, just as Mokembe Omeyo Karo, just as some Igbo people don't want Biafra nation. So you are telling me now that all the people in the Southeast agree with Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu? Please, come on. Moki Momiwa Oguntade Muibat Mofito Wadaruko. But it's easier. I mean, I see them. They come on my comment section on Twitter. Where's Sunday Igboho? I say, what's wrong with Sunday Igboho? There's nothing wrong with Sunday Igboho. He's in Benin Republic. Oh, he's just taking. Some of them say he's just taking picture. So Sunday Igboho, you want me to come and tell you? Is it everything Simon Ekpa is doing is telling you? It will only tell you the one that needs to be told in the public. And I laugh. So there's nothing like the Yoruba people have abandoned. That word they've abandoned is a complete different force, because there are millions of Yoruba people that doesn't want Nigeria to break. It's as simple as that. Afenifere doesn't want Nigeria to break right now. They want restructuring. Yami Comfort, Lola, Dili. So we dealt with that. You can see that this is, I don't know where the narrative is getting to the Biafra, but we always get this message all the time. They've abandoned Yoruba nation. But yet, I want to know it's declare country one, because Biafra is not a country yet. And you know that, I know that. Yes, you have government in exile, but you are not yet a country as we speak right now. So why are you pointing finger at the Yoruba people? I don't understand. Why? From day one of the emergency of Nigeria, we have had Igbo people that doesn't want Nigeria to break. We have had Yoruba people that doesn't want Nigeria to break. We have had both sides that have marginalized each other. And I've said it. I said, if Tinubu finish in 2031, God spare our life, I'll be 52. Are they going to give it to the Igbo people? Or is it going to go back to the north? Are the Igbo not be marginalized? I've said that already. But I don't want you all to be coming and be asking, hey, some Yoruba people have abandoned. They never believed in Yoruba nation in the first place. They're born bastard. Just as your own representative. If your representative wanted, they would have been supporting you guys, and Biafra will have gone before us. Because you guys started in 2017. All we started was just about 2019. So it's all about the understanding. Yes, we want to make sure that I've defended Nnamdi Kanu here because go on, let me read the comment to you. You will be boiling. Some people were, I told them, no, don't abuse the guy. I'm just going backwards. The guy, he has probably left. Maybe he's tired of watching me right now. But he says that Nnamdi Kanu gave guns to Igbo people to destroy Igbo land. And I'm here now defending it. You are not here before then. But let me read the comment. I hope I can still see the comment. Raymond say, Yoruba self-determination cornerstone himself. Koiki Baba, good morning. Good morning to you as well. Okay, say comment man Saloni. I can't see the comment anymore. Okay, I don't know. But his name is Matthew something. He came here. He said Nnamdi Kanu is buying to destroy Igbo land. He said Nnamdi Kanu sits in London, he's not fixing his hometown. And I'm here defending Nnamdi Kanu. That is what we are meant to do. So the issue, when people, say that we have abandoned, it is also your job to say, no, they have not abandoned the project, because you have been seeing Koiki online, you have been seeing all our other media online talking, just as Simon Ekpa is talking every day, just like the autopilot, and you guys have internal crisis as well, because I know, because you have and I can tell, because they have our picture on Biafra, and what on look green Nnamdi Kanu picture, they are the doors. They don't use any other picture. They use Nnamdi Kanu picture with a green background. Those are the doors. They don't like Simon Ekpa. They believe Simon Ekpa works for Tinubu. Can you imagine? They asked Moki Yawa Ade Joke, Mommy Mojade Sonya, Pastor Ekabo Mommy. The Biafra believe that Simon Ekpa is an agent of the federal government. So it is all about the understanding, my brother. The Yoruba people, there are some that says, look, I see them on Twitter. They believe in Nigeria. They're still thinking that there will be one Nigeria that will work. They must be crazy. They are living in a different world entirely. Because today, the reason why we're speaking English is not because of anything. I could have been speaking Yoruba and I would have lost a lot of you. But sometimes we carry you along so that you can tell that ever since we have been talking, I've never come out to say, hey, I don't endorse Tinubu. Yes, we have some of our media that went to endorse him. Doesn't mean that it's every one of us. Don't mind that Igbo man saying Nnamdi Kanu buy gun. I've told you, I've even advised, you were not here when I was defending Nnamdi Kanu. You were not here. And that is what we are meant to do anyway. Mr. Michael Coker, we are talking about Workers' Day, Elini Workers' Day. Today's Workers' Day. How many people get job? Kennedy, welcome to the program. Omeyo said they started Biafra in 1966, declared Biafra in 1973, but as had not yet gotten Biafra till date. It's because your representative doesn't want you to go. Because if your governors have endorsed and supported Biafra, you guys would have gone long time ago. And just the same thing, our governors doesn't want to support Yoruba Nation because the agenda is to endorse Tinubu. And Tinubu is there now. He will be there maximum 8 years by 2031. Then what happened? We take it back to the north and we start all over again. Even if Tinubu, Roko, Yoruba people will say Roko. Roko means you farm everything to yourself. Tinubu becomes president. It will give Yoruba people chief of army staff, DSS, chief of Yoruba. You know the way we are talking about Fulani, Fulani. You remember that music that came out? We normally played Fulani, Fulani, that Nnamdi Kanu. If Tinubu do the same thing, he has actually marginalized all others. That's number one. Then what happened after Tinubu leaves? The next president comes, he do the same thing. And that's why Nnamdi Kanu say, are we going to be having president from all region? Do you know how long it's going to take before you get to some people? Some of us would have died and come back. So the reality is, the Biafra is not yet a country. It does not matter whatever you want to say. You are still working towards to get the country. We support it. Not all Yoruba people support, the idea that we're even with Biafra, because they believe that the Biafra are too violent and all that. They have been. Some people say that the government of Nigeria has cast you guys as terrorists, and I say even Buhari himself is a terrorist. Buhari say if you find him for Daura, you disturb him, he will go to Niger. Buhari himself is a terrorist. I defend that. Must be my brother. Yeah. Take the remote. But I don't want it loud. Because Maureen's the guy party. I'm more doer. That's why when I'm in the studio, I'm much better. I have to go up to the studio in a minute. So what am I trying to say this morning is that we've talked about just one SDG goal. Nigeria has crude oil money from 1960 till date. But today, we are the capital poverty of the world. Do you know what that means? Some people cannot eat cashew nut today, which is just a basic nut. This is cashew and pistachio, and the other one, I can't remember the name. And you saw the video I posted. If you're following me on Twitter and all the platform, these, I don't know which area of Nigeria, but they are throwing eggs away because any eggs has become from 800 naira per crate to 3,000. Some of you will end up eating each other because the inflation is not coming down anytime soon. Even if Tinubu brings all the best brain of Yoruba people and Igbo people and join them to, even if Tinubu go and hire the Obama brain, Tinubu called us of Obama, give me your brain to use, and Bill Clinton, he cannot rectify the damage. Let me read the message from my brother because it's an interactive. The line is open. Is a studio number is +44 74 04 405917. The Koiki Media team put the number out because I cannot put any comment until another 48 hours because Facebook lock us out from putting comments. So if you're out there about a number and sitter and you can call in, you see the young boy here is using our remote to call for YouTube. He say he's speaking to the remote control YouTube, and YouTube pops up. That is where we are going. Not the backwards country that is not allowing us to progress. Young boy in the house is using the remote control, YouTube, and then the TV picks up, and then it goes to the message and it brings it out. Need 21st century. And I asked the question again, where do you want us to be by 22nd century? I want us to refresh it again because the last time there was a mix-up of the days. How many more years do we have before we get to 22nd century? And when is that going to be? Because the last time we did that, somebody came back again and said, Koiki, that narrative was not right. So I'm asking again, by 22nd century, where do you want the Biafra to be? Where do you want the North to be? Where do you want the Yoruba side to be? We are not going to be here forever. We are all, look, all this we are doing now, in another 200 years, we are dead, gone. We are gone. Dead. But do you want the land to be now controlled by Fulani that are penetrating, getting closer, bit by bit, and one day they will overrun us? It might not be now. And I don't want it too loud. So let's go back again and ask the question. By 2022, how many more years before 2022? We are still in 21st century. There were a period of what they called 12th century, 13th century, 14th century. We have been in existence. Remy Official, my brother, I cite you. It was the 19th century, which is now 1914, which is the 19th century, that the British decided to merge us together and then call us Nigeria. I met a church not too far away from a place I was traveling through. That church was built in 1907. That's 7 years before the fraudulent amalgamation. The church was locked on Saturday. Everybody's going to look for a job or go somewhere, watch football, whatever. And on Sunday, they're probably open for a few hours. In Nigeria, churches is 24/7, as if we are the only one, devil is running after every day. 77 years. Thank you so much, Triple DS. What year, Loma Bossi? In 77 years from today, I was working my date of birth. So if I add 77 years to my age, do the same thing with yours and tell me if you can tell me your age. 77 years from today will lead to 22nd century. If I add it to my age, which is about, I'm just about 40. Let me just put 40. I don't want to give you my full age. I know some of you know it anyway. I'm not like Tinubu. Tinubu is the one that doesn't have a real age. Everything about Tinubu that is lying, America have the real age because they knew the first passport that Tinubu traveled with to America. So let him be deceiving himself. Let Tinubu be deceiving himself. Mad people all over the place. So let me just say I'm 43. I will be 120 years old in the next 77 years. Triple D say he will be 121, so almost the same age like me. So you want me to have been that age if I'm still alive, hopefully, because if I'm still alive, my children or great-grandchildren will be putting me in the fire so that I can heat up a little bit because I might even be smelling. Ayomiko, it is soon. American people never sleep. He said he will be 111 years old. You can Ogbara Mokinyi Olaku, you can see that I talk with numbers because that is the only way we can understand who we are. Yami Comfort in Nigeria, church and mosque are business empire that enslaves all Nigerians. Let me quickly read my brother. The line is open, like I said, plus 44. Nigeria 44 74 04 40 5917. That is the number if you want to interact with me. So let me read from Adedapo Rafiu. My brother says, Nigeria is a zoo. As people used to say, I am able to be in one small country in the Middle Eastern world here. Can you imagine that with the little crude oil this country has, the government makes sure it maintains to do all necessary to ensure that life of our people is not jeopardized. The government takes good control over all refineries, not like the one that Dangote is putting in Lagos and they've sold Lagos to Dangote. That project is about $89 billion. And that's the proxy, okay? If you don't know. The government takes good control over all refineries and never sells the oil out to other countries at large quantity for the better life of our citizens. Imagine, as Nigeria is big for nonsense, big for buffoon, and as rich as in terms of crude oil, still our government cannot maintain refinery. All the 4 refineries in Nigeria is as useless as tissue paper. Those refinery is as useless as my school start result in Nigeria. I took my school start result in 1998 to London Metropolitan University in Holloway. I wanted to do a foundation. I showed them my result. They say, yeah, throw this one away. Chuck this nonsense away. So thank you so much, Yami Omolara. About the number sitter. If you want to call in, please do call in. Plus 44 74 04 405 917. We are talking about Workers' Day. Bear with me, I'm not up in the studio, and that's why there's a lot of noise in the background. It's your own children as well. Bear with us. All the corrupt government running the corrupt leaders know is to take crude oil to other countries. The crude oil, they come here as well. Like I put this, I know they see my face very well here. This crude oil in Nigeria. Don't tell anybody. The crude oil. Okay, Matthias, crude oil. UK too, they get some that they refine them here. But if I go find job there now, they say make I do cleaning job. All happenings in Nigeria are turned to businesses. Boko Haram, bandit, Fulani herdsmen, etc. are businesses to our politicians in Nigeria. They don't value for life. Your life is nothing in Nigeria. But some people are still saying that there will be one new Nigeria. There's a pastor on the YouTube. I follow him. I love all these pastors sometimes, I'm a troublesome guy. Sometimes I see him there. I'm sure some of you have come across him. He says that there will be new Nigeria, that Peter Obi will be president. There will be interim government this month, that they will not give it to Tinubu, that there will be riot, there will be crisis. But Peter Obi will end up to be the president. Hey, I can't wait. Mommy, me, Elena, Eshigoni Ekabosorieto. Moki our Elizabeth Sani. Egbomi Tony said, please, crude oil has been found as far back as 1908 when German entity Nigeria Bitumen Corporation. Moki our Ojo Oguyemi. Yeah, mommy, yeah, boy, she always get angry. We all get angry because the projection of where Nigeria should be, even if quote and unquote, we don't want the right to self-determination, is not where it's meant to be. Nigeria is full of thieves. In short, it is the den of Ole. But some people want that. Because, look, everybody's just waiting for their own opportunity. Let my uncle get there, my brother get there, all smart. Ghana. So, to be honest with ourselves, some people will make it out of Nigeria, whether they travel out or not. And look, not everybody in Nigeria is a criminal. I don't agree with that. There's some that have worked very hard, they've built an empire, they're doing very well, but we're talking about the large quantity of our people. And that is why we are saying the best bet, the best option is not the politics of Eba and Amala and Begiri or Idikaikon where they play for Southeast. All these politicians are just playing games they are playing games with our life. I am 40 plus. And then all these politicians think they are better off. I said to them, it's because we have not killed some of you. If we have killed some of you, we will not be where we are today. But we are still very, very, sensitive. We don't want to kill you. Why should we kill you? We want you to be on board with us. Let's sit down. Let's talk. Let's review things. Let's look at it. Some say regional government. Some say restructure. But our politicians are not even talking about the 1999 fraudulent constitution. And you out there looking for a job, the constitution is not going to give you the job. You're not with me. You're looking for a job. Sorry, I know this is not very good, but I'm used to it now. My wife keep asking me, why do you do this when you're alive? When I see that my lips is dry and cold, what do I go do? And I'm not endorsing this. They don't give me money. This Vaseline, eh? This is part of crude oil. Abi, Waris, this Vaseline is coming from extraction of crude oil. Can somebody, I know so I get a lot of intelligent people. I mean, I know you'll be intelligent guy. This lip therapy is called rose lip. It's part of crude oil extraction, right? Mommy wa Elizabeth Ode Lola Mukin. Happy Workers' Day for our nation. Otiniko Ike Onishel. When the man be backpacker in London. Omilani Belumi, welcome on board. All our youths, I love you guys so much. Okay, AY say yes, it's part of the crude oil. Thank you so much for that. I love you so much. I wish I can give you access and just write letter. You get a visa, you just come and visit me. We go to Trafalgar Square. The way I go around as well, we do that and you can go back home. By the time you go back home, you will become more violent than me. But the problem is, it's part of the petrochemical product. Thank you so much, Eshigoni. So these that I use every day, do you know that we should have Nigerian brand? Did anybody agree with me that this lip balm, we should also have been producing in Nigeria, and that will create a lot of jobs, and we can sell it across the globe because we have a lot of crude oil. Tony Angels, I know you're sending a lot of things. Let me see if I can open them. I have to open my WhatsApp on my laptop for me to be able to see what you're sending. You're actually sending a lot of things to me, but I have to open my WhatsApp from here. So then that way I can read some of them out. If Nigeria was a country, I hope he's not taking me out from my laptop. Why is he going through updating WhatsApp? Downloading an updated WhatsApp. Okay, let me let that open. Oh yeah, we are meant to have our own brand called Nigeria, lip balm. Adam Olamilekon Ghana. Thank you so much. Happy Workers' Day for those who get job. Inso Ezini. I hope I didn't massacre the name, sir. All hail our Biafra brothers. And those that still doesn't believe in Biafra, there are some people that say, This Biafra are nonsense. I don't believe. They waste our time. It's understandable. I greet people from the northern part of Nigeria. Okay, why is he asking me to link it again? Oh, sorry. I'm not using the right laptop. Everyone bust. This is a laptop that I'm meant to use for my WhatsApp. Because so my message in me, let me open the WhatsApp from here. My head was almost getting bust. Say Buhari, say Baba, Mokin Egbomi Tolulope 13. Mokin Egbomi, the bankers in Nigeria, some of them are angry. They see the projection, they see things is not going the right way. But who are they going to tell? So Egbomi Tony Ages is sending some stuff to me, which is some article about oil exploration in Nigeria. Oil exploration in Nigeria from 1303 to 1958. Wow. So, sorry, we're not using the software, so I just have to read a little bit from it. This article explores the history of oil exploration in colonial Nigeria between 1903 and 1958, when the first shipment of Nigerian crude oil arrived in Rotterdam. Wow. And my people, they suffer. Rotterdam, if you don't know, is Netherlands. I'll read that again, in case maybe you don't know here very well. Happy New Month from our mother, Omolara Iyabode Ajala, says, Happy New Month to all our lovers. One always be with Koiki Media, both in London and Nigeria. Almighty will let us see more months on earth, and we will all get our freedom, whether they like it or not. This is coming from one of our great mother. This has been attacked continuously. And I'm not joking, because she stood with Koiki Media. She has been attacked in all platforms. She has been called names. And she said she believes in what I'm saying. She believes in the mission that we are, we're holding. And we can't. I met her so many times. She will arrive at the rally ahead of me. And sometimes I say, Mommy, but she charge me. When it is up with my charge, and I can't love her less. So Nigerians, we are not angry with you. The Yoruba people, the Biafra are not angry with you. But look at the crude oil, the history of the crude oil. Today, the crude oil is, is that not the reason why Abacha, the bomb bastard, killed Ken Saruwiwa? Because Shell was taking, destroying the environment. Sorry about the little bit of noise at the background. It's, my little son there, watching his own little thing. And I'm not fully in the studio upstairs. So let's go back again. This article explores the history of the oil exploration in colonial Nigerian, which we are called Nigerian, but try to go and get visa to Netherlands. Just go and get visa. Moki, Mr. Olufolabi. Yes, so everybody agrees that this petrochemical that I'm using to lip my back, you can see that my lips like somebody that they want to kiss this morning. I know some girls want to kiss it, but I'm sorry, I'm married already. We have these, the resources, the natural resources in Nigeria, but we cannot produce this. Can you reduce it a little bit? It's too loud. Thank you. We cannot produce this. And to produce this, we must have the mechanism. We must have the factory. We must have the manpower. Do we have the manpower? We have so many of you today, Workers' Day, sleeping, no job, when you should be producing these in millions in the southeast, in the southwest, even in Hausa land. Chinedu Innocent Eze. My governor for Lagos, no buy innocent motor. He go outside Nigeria, go buy electric car. No be juju be that. Mad people all over the place. No be juju be that. I mean, there's nothing wrong in building infrastructure, but you don't have the road in the first place. So Fashola go buy, say Fashola, Sanwoku go buy electric buses for Lagos State. I know Lagos is jam-packed with Igbo people, as they say, they don't take over our land and all that nonsense. But in reality, the system has never worked. So let's go back again. This article sent to me by one of our listeners here live, as we're talking about the crude oil. I've still talked about just one. Look at the one SDG code I'm still talking about. We've not even talked about the remaining 16. But like I said, if they talk about any SDG goal in Nigeria, run up and you do with that. Some people are just making money out of it. Do you know so much money runs out of the United Nations? Some people know how to present the budget, and then they'll tell you, oh, they're coming to do NG. Some of them are genuine. I don't know about Cocoa Foundation, though. Cocoa Foundation is part of them now. So give our people rice, give our people elubo, give our people Maggi. How long are we going to be doing that for? It's good, though. And then they collect Indomie from Lebanese. And we don't know what they're taking back, as they're giving you Indomie noodles, but we don't know what they're doing. So 1903 to 1958, when the first shipment, so that means, it's not the 1956 that we talked about. Between 1903 and 1958, okay, which is still about 1956, which is around the time. But the first shipment, the first crude oil left Nigeria to Netherlands in Rotterdam. Go and apply for the visa in that country today. They will tell you, what are you looking for? But they took our crude oil, whether from the southeast, wherever they take it from, it end up in Rotterdam. And they smoke Igbo for that part of the world. I think it's legalized. A lot of people go there to smoke ganja. It debunks the two most persistent myths in Nigerian oil historiography, namely that the oil exploration dates back to 1908 when the German oil company, the Nigeria Bitumen Corporation, started operations. An examination of the contemporary sources shows that oil exploration activities dated back to at least 1903. That is 11 years before the British now decided to call us Nigeria. What a complete mess we've been. That Nigeria Bitumen was indeed a British oil company with a listing on the West African market of the stock exchange in London. I keep telling my people that every price you talk about in Nigeria, especially when it comes to all these natural resources, is from London stock market. Young boys that they wear suits, and me are they here, they shout Yoruba Nation, and they are the one chopping money, and you are telling me I'm the one chopping Yoruba Nation money. You can see that our people cannot think, and they point fingers at us. The real young Oyibo boy now is sitting down in the stock market, controlling the gas in part of Nigeria today. How much we have to sell our gas outside. I'm talking about the gas. How much we're gonna sell it per unit, per cent, by this. And you go to club, you see them there. They're buying champagne and a lot of money and all that. So our people at home are now talking about, you're going to be battery in Nolan. So why are we saying this again? Today being the Workers' Day, our people needs to wake up now. So let me read this quickly. The paper argues that the challenging Nigerian environment, which required sophisticated technology and limited support from the British government, ensured the failure of the early oil exploration activities by the small British oil concern. Consequently, over time, the exploration of the oil possibility of the colonial Nigeria became a domain of large and integrated oil companies, in particular Royal Dutch and Shell and the British Petroleum, who had the financial resources to fund the expensive search for the oil in the colony and the technological expertise and equipment to achieve success over the long term. These dominance by major remain a characteristics of the Nigerian oil industry well into the 1990s. The colonial roots of two additional characteristics of the modern oil industry in Nigeria are further traced, namely the enclave nature of the industry within the broader Nigerian economy and the establishment of the oil as a national concern, which concern in general overrule the oil-related problems and concern of the local oil-producing communities until the emergence of the oil-related minority struggles in the 90s. And it's a full PDF, with a lot of research, blah, blah, blah. Let's come back now quickly to some more. Brady Sexy, very good morning. Razak, good morning. Now let's move. Larry Lamina, shout out to you. We've talked about the SDG. We're talking about the first one. It says no to poverty. So I'm just going to move swiftly and talk about the 16. Take note and ask yourself, out of this SDG, which one is affecting you and your own family? Forget about Nigeria now. This SDG under the United Nations, which one they affect you? The first one again is no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. Number 5, gender equality. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 7, affordable and clean, the light I'm using right now, energy. That is the bulb there. I just bought it yesterday. It cost me £2.99. It's not cheap. No, not yesterday, day before yesterday. So that we can have, more extra lightning. It's about 6,500 K. It's called the daylight. Uses up to 90% of less energy. Affordable and clean energy. So many Nigerians today are still charging their phone by paying 100 naira after 63 years. Welcome to Nigeria. Make I change my art. The one way I don't know where. Make I change this one. I like this one. Make I change that to this one. You like this one? Is this one nice? Some be like Papa Jasco. Number 8. This is the one that we have been talking about since this program, almost 2 hours now. Decent work and economic growth. Decent work. Iṣẹ́ tó lálùbáríkà, iṣẹ́ tó ní kìmí nínú. Happy New Month, Mr. Folarin Kodri Akolawole. Muki Yawa Baba Carols Samson Olubi Muki Owo Owa Wole 9 on Instagram. Egbomi Tolulope 13. A shout out to you. Pappy Faith Graham. And if I don't mention your name, don't be angry. Let me see if I have my regulars on the MixLR. Yes, Allahu Baba have joined us, and he has actually said, I know when they join, they normally comment, the rest don't comment, they just sit down there, maybe they are DSS, maybe they are... I have a lot of DSS that watch this program more, and some of them are suffering. They are Yoruba DSS or military that are suffering, most of them play Baba Jebo as well. Number 8 out of the SDG goals is talking about decent work and economic growth. Makonjola Taiwo, welcome to the program. The next one, which is part of what we have been saying, industry, innovation, infrastructure. Mokiwa Momiwa Abiodun Ojo. Number 9, under the SDG goals, talked about industry. Do we have the industry today? Aba would have been like China if they put the resources in there. There's nothing you cannot find in Aba market. But it might not be the standard. All they need to do is just more training and technology and innovation. Just as I told you, the little one here was talking to the remote control YouTube, and the YouTube popped out from the TV. That is innovation. Innovation continue to evolve around us. I remember the picture I used to take my job of 20 years ago. It's not the same phone I'm using today. At some time, there was a BlackBerry. I'm not sure BlackBerry is still in existence anymore. It's called innovation. Elon Musk just blowed a space, whatever, to the value of 3 billion. Because for him, that is the only way he can achieve the innovation to take us to Mars with more people and more faster and more cheaper. What is our governor doing? What is our politician doing? They might tell you, oh, we are working towards it. We will give you job. But to give jobs, we must have the country supported not by government, but by government policy. Make sure that when you work there, you are being paid. And even if you go and marry and you give back, they must pay you. How many people are there paying maternity leave in Nigeria when you work? Nigeria is not a country. Happy New Month, Loma Emmanuel. Èèyàn mélòó ni ó máa lọ ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá sọ fún wọn pé ó fẹ́ bímọ wàá wá tún sọ maternity leave. Maybe some big private organization, I won't dispute that. We have a lot of people that are working in the bank. They are even much worse than you. All they do is just go to the work and come back. They are worse than you because there's no satisfaction in the job working in the bank. You see that people in the bank should be somebody that is more okay, but you are better off than even you where you get job, you are better off. I'm not joking. Because some of them have spent their salary before the end of the month through transportation. They keep borrowing. Yakudi, end of the month, I will give you the money, make I get bread. Yakudi, end of the month, you know how to get paid. You know how they go job. I'll be first bank security guard. I'll be first bank manager. For where? There's no benefit. The North, Sanusi, the idiot guy, destroyed the banking sector. That man called Sanusi, he was the one that destroyed the banking sector. And I'm hearing that they might bring him back as the CBN governor. I don't know how true that is, but information is out there that Sanusi might come back and become the CBN governor. He would have loved to be the president. I know he has an ambition. Nigerians, wake up. You cannot get the one new Nigeria you're looking for. Is a waste of time. Support the Biafra, support the Yoruba nation. Doesn't mean that we cannot have relationship together, but trying to fix Nigeria, you must be wasting your time. This program is not going to go more than 3 hours. So we have done time up. Did you enjoy it? Let me just give us the remaining part of the SDG goal. Time up already is 3 hours. I don't want it to go more than 3 hours. I can come back again in the afternoon. Then we do another. Should we do it that way so that we can take a short break? Me too, I can go on. I'm not fasting. You know, I think the chicken we ate yesterday, I still can smell it. Yeah. DG75. So let's talk about the remaining SDG goal. We're almost there. So we talked about, so should I start again so that just to refresh it quickly without any interruption? Number 1, no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. Number 5, gender equality. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 7, affordable and clean energy. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. Number 9, industry and innovation and infrastructure. Number 10, reduce inequalities. Number 11, sustainable cities and communities. Number 12, responsible consumption and production. Number 13, climate change. Number 14, life below water. Number 15, life on the land. Number 16, peace, justice, strong institution. Number 16, peace, justice, strong institution. Number 17, partnership for the goals. These are all the 17 SDG goals. If they talk about them in Nigeria, run. Nigeria is a crime scene. I love the number 16. Kilo wanibe. Kilo. Okay. Number 16, peace, justice, and institution. This is how far I can take us this morning. My name is Olami Koiki. Okay. Which number you like? Did you say when you look at number? Waris is talking about number 6. Water is number 6. Yes. So Tinubu went to bring him back, come back to CBN. Yeah, I'm hearing that Sanusi might come back. You want us to go or you don't want us to go? I'm sure 3 hours is more than enough. You know, we should take a break. I'll come back again later on, don't worry. I can assure you. I woke up at about 3 a.m. I slept before 9 and I just want to go and have something to eat, take a little bit of break, and then we can come back. Omobolaji say he loved the peace and justice, but there's no peace and justice in Nigeria. Tinubu is going to be very, very more wicked than Buhari. Ijoba Tinubu, it's going to be worse. Tinubu cannot stand what Buhari even stood for when it comes to the way we patch him. We've not even started. Some people, Tinubu have not become the president. He wants to go and arrest Hosseini Rafiu. No, Rufai Hosseini on Arise TV. Without clean water, a lot of our people will die. And cleaning water is the most easiest thing to do now. With innovation, there are some things you just add to the water, it changes the water, purify it, and it's drinkable. You know, it used to happen in Lagos State back in the days. There are some countries, if I travel to, I can drink their water from the because it's safe. If there are people who are drinking it, I should be able to drink it. But you know what? Ruga, waterways. We don't know what Tinubu signed with this bastard. My name is Alami Koiki. I have a very good Workers' Day. I started the Workers' Day with us 3 hours ago. I'm sure we will have more Workers' Day conversation when I come back. I hope you like my hat. Yeah. This like Baba Jasko one. You know, this is your military. This is what they used to, you know, tell you, hey, start there. But the British soldier don't do the same thing. I wish you all the best. Yoruba Nation not going back. Yoruba Nation for life. My name is Olami Koiki. Have a very good afternoon, good evening, and that is what must happen. That must be taken out for us to pass through. Yoruba Nation will come through, whether they like it or not. More Nigerians will start to understand that Tinubu is not their savior. Neither is Atiku or Peter Obi. Triple DLs. Let me go and spend time with the children and the family. I'll be back in the afternoon. Whatever. Bye for now. Whatever. Bye for now. Whatever. My people on the MixLR,